Hey everybody, welcome to the vlog. It is, when I'm filming this, May 19th, 2025. It is 5:56 p.m. and we've got a more fun standard vlog for you. They can get long, so we do time code them. Look for the gaps on the red play bar down there, or open up the description, see a big list of blue numbers. Watch what you don't, watch it in whatever order you want, whatever. So we are going to do some cooking here today, something kind of easy, but something I've wanted to do for a long time. An ode to Waffle House, and I might even make Mary happy. You'll find out. And of course, we are doing some more junk food taste tests. We got some interesting things and some surprises there. And cocktail, woo! And we're gonna talk about Mary and I had her finally watch Raising Arizona for the first time, and then we watched a Minecraft movie, so we're gonna talk about that. We might talk about the middle two arcs of Andor Season 2. If we do spoilers, we will give warnings. She still needs to see the final arc of that. We, of course, have some unboxing stuff going on here, and some Disney pins, and something I bought her from Disney that you may see in a future vlog, but she couldn't wait to open it, so I went ahead and put it in here. They're very cute. All that and more on this vlog, and then next week we'll return to another Disney trip. But for now, I'm making my dinner so I can get my work done, so I can maybe start recording whatever video game I'm going to play for June. So I'm going to get to that. Enjoy the vlog. All right, hey everybody, welcome to another exciting cooking section where we're here in Muppet Labs. We're gonna do some 3D. Sorry, I got a cool new shirt. I just wanted to put it on and wear it. Today we're doing something, a little simple, but hopefully delicious. I love the Waffle House. Cracker Barrel can suck it, except for their dumplings. I'll give them points on dumplings. But I've always been more of a Waffle House guy. I love Waffle House chili. Recently, Mary made a chili that's similar. It's better, it's different, it's her own thing. To Waffle House chili, and I put it over some cheesy eggs, and it was awesome. I just did that for myself. But we're gonna basically do that here today, but we're gonna make the classic Waffle House chili recipe. This seems to be the actual recipe because I've looked across multiple recipe places, and they all have the exact same recipe. So I guess we have figured that out. Now, I'm not gonna make a full batch. I'm gonna make a half batch. Should serve two, depends on what you're serving, because this does require a 6-quart saucepan. Biggest pans I have are 4-quart. I probably have like a big pot, but I don't know how I'm gonna brown meat that well in a pot versus a saucepan. So we're just gonna do this in half, okay? So I did find the thing online that allowed me to half the recipe, so I have the actual numbers here for me. We're gonna have to eyeball a few things here or there. So we are gonna start with, well, now we only need 1 can of pinto beans, not drained, 15 ounce. This is a 15 and a half. Fine, whatever. Of course, and they made 16 ounce and 15 and a half ounce. This requires 2 15 ounce. Get it together, people. We're gonna do half a pound for this of lean ground beef. I've got Angus, probably better than what Waffle House uses. We'll get to that. 1/8 of a pound of breakfast sausage. Of course, we got the classic Jimmy Dean. 1 cup of chopped yellow onions. Now I'm gonna cheat today. I'm not gonna do my own onion chopping. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. We need a 7.5 ounce can of tomato sauce. Well, they do make smaller cans, but I have the proper 15 ounce tomato sauce, so I am just gonna measure this out. I'm gonna eyeball it, basically about half this can. 1 beef bouillon cube, or 1 tablespoon of beef bouillon granules. Well, all I could find, because they were out of beef bouillon cubes and everything, is this. So, see how that goes. Half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of chili powder. I thought about doing chipotle chili powder, but Mary might want to try this, so we're going to throw some ancho in there instead of regular. Just make it a little something Eric-y. 3/8 of a teaspoon of ground cumin, which we have right here. The cumin is ready. 1/8 of a teaspoon of white sugar. I need to get that out. 1/16 a teaspoon of garlic powder. That's going to be hard to measure. We're just going to eyeball that. Maybe go a little heavy. It's fine. And 1/16 a teaspoon of oregano. That is the problem with halving this, huh? All right, let me get my sugar out. Sugar. And actually, then we're also gonna scramble up. Wait, why can't I get to it from over here like I used to be able to? Because that's in the way. Okay. Now that's in the way. Dang it. Deadly brick of freaking brown sugar. Brown sugar! Trying to kill me. Okay. I'm alive. All right, so let's see what kind of mise en place we can do. When do all the seasonings go in at the same time, basically? Obviously, we're gonna start with the hamburger, the sausage, the onion in a quart saucepan. This is brown them, so I'm gonna throw a little oil. It doesn't say to do that, but I need something in there. The sausage might give enough fat. We'll put a little oil though. After that, we're gonna add the pinto beans, not drained, and the tomato sauce with enough water to rinse the can. I love when recipes are that vague. Then we're gonna add the beef bouillon. And then salt, black pepper, garlic powder, oregano, cumin, chili powder, and sugar all at once. So I am gonna mise en place that together in a little thing. Blend it, boil it, simmer it, serve it. Pretty simple. This should go fairly quick, especially because I am gonna muck up some green onions for this. And I'm debating about doing a little diced jalapeno in my eggs. So we'll see about that. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and kind of prep this little seasoning mix, so we can have everything kind of ready and good to go. We're gonna need that for figuring out our meat here in a minute. All right. So I can reuse a bunch of these. We want half a teaspoon of salt. Okay. Keep that around for my eggs. An 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper, which is tricky because oh, Jesus. Oh, that just exploded everywhere when I set that down. Wow. Wow. See if we can get a little bit more of that in there. Not too much. Cool. You probably don't have that problem if you're doing ground, if you're doing pre-ground pepper. Dang, man. Really did kind of explode all over everything. All right. Oh man, it even exploded into my damn... Okay, what's next? Let's get the sugar. 1/8 teaspoon of sugar. Make sure we don't contaminate the black pepper. Blooba. Blooba. All right, garlic powder, 1/16. Sure. It's a little more than half of one of those probably, but that's good enough. And we need a 1/16 of the oregano. Ooh, I hope you didn't see that message. It's probably private, but it's food related and very exciting times, seeing who messaged me. Oh, I have not opened this oregano. Oh, by the way, it is 6:20 p.m. on, I don't know, May something. I'll look in a minute. It's a Friday. Mary and I are probably about to sit down with a pitcher of margaritas I've already made and watch Minecraft movie here in a minute. Yes, 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 that is exactly what I was hoping the message would be. I'm gonna want to get on that in a second. But, damn, there's no pull tab on this freaking oregano to get it open. I was hoping to avoid, this is metal, that might work a little better. There we go. Okay, so we want about 1/8 of it, 1/16 of a teaspoon. Might be a little heavy, but not terrible. Okay, put that back together. All right, a couple more ingredients here, and then we'll get to cooking. Well, we still got to measure out some stuff, don't we? All right, how much cumin? 3/8, and then how much chili? 1/2. Okay, good, good, good. So we want to measure out 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that. And we get 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder. All right, so that's the oregano, the garlic powder, the sugar, the black pepper, the ground cumin, the chili powder, and the salt. Beautiful. So that's all done. Let's just give that a little stirring up for easier distribution. Looking good. Okay. Clean this back out. Don't want to over pepper my eggs. All right. So we got that ready to go. I'm gonna answer this real fast. It's important. So excited, it's dessert related. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about measuring out the tomato sauce till we get there, but I will get that opening once we get browning. I'm not gonna worry, so I'm gonna get a tablespoon ready for my beef bouillon, so it's ready to go when the time happens. I got a cup here to measure out my onions, and I'll use that to measure out my tomato sauce. Beans are fine. All right, we just gotta measure out the meat and we can get to cooking here. And then while we're simmering and stuff, I'll work on prepping my eggs. Let me put my sugar away, it's in the way. Sugar! Yeah, baby. I'm sorry. It's really exciting. And Zer's coming back, and Otter's back in the kitchen. He's a new head chef, but I think he's gonna be awesome. So I'm excited. Okay, let's measure out my meat. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my leftover meat though. I mean, I'm gonna cook it, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll figure this out. All right, first things first, let's get the 3, 2, 1. Scale up, zero that out. And let's get our 8 pound, I believe. Yes, 1/8 pound of breakfast sausage. Come here, Jimmy Dean. I don't have a plan for what to do when I'm done here. Let me get a Ziploc bag. At least for this. Is that gonna be big enough? Yeah, that'll work. Side. Just one of these bad boys to get this guy open here. There's probably a better way to do this. I don't know. It's just how I roll, you know? Alright, well, let me go ahead and plunk this guy down. This guy out of the way. 1/8 of a pound, which is what, 4 ounces? Yeah, so we got 2.5 ounces there. 3 3/4. A little shy, I'll throw a little extra piece in there. There we go. And you see me working over here? Not really, huh? Aha! There we go. I'll worry about securing that better in a moment. Okay, so we got 4 ounces there. Now we need 1/2 pound. So we're gonna take this up to 12 ounces by adding our beef. Out of the way, please. Actually, probably could use that kniff back. There we go. Crap, crap, crap. Okay, we're all good. There we go. All right, so let's get half of this out. looking for 12. We got 11 right there. 11 3/4. 12 1/8. We'll take it. We will take it. All right, so there is our meat ready to go. Put this away because I need space. All right, meat is ready. Seasonings are ready. Let's go ahead and measure out a cup of the onions. Definitely weight and volume, huh? That's all right. It's all going at the same time. Because this cup of onions is 8 ounces, which technically is a cup, but weight versus volume, you know? Now I'm kind of tempted to sizzle these onions up and take these lean patties and make a Waffle House sliders. Hey, come on. Fine, I'll deal with that later. I don't mind the little onion got there. Okay, I'm gonna put these away, and we're gonna prep. We're gonna try to have everything mise en place and ready to go. So when we get going, we'll be going. And might as well grab my eggs. Oh, those are meant for boiling, hard boiling. Okay, these are the fresher eaten eggs. We don't need them yet, but we'll set them out. All right, we are almost to the cooking. Let me get this can dealt with. Okay, I know what to do. Okay. I really need a new can opener. This sucker just doesn't quite get it anymore. I think we may have got it. Nope, somewhere still. Shit. Come on, man. There we go. That did it. Almost. Nope, there's still a fucking spot over here. Are you kidding me? There's 2 spots over here that aren't opening up. Ay, ay, ay. Maybe that's the trick. Hit it at an angle. Come on. What is your problem? There we go. We popped that one. Hey, all right. It's supposed to be closed. You know what we do? So that's what, 15 ounces? Well, no, because we need, okay. Because we need the cup, right? Because we got to rinse that out. That's what's throwing me off here a little bit. Sorry. That's why my brain is farting on me right now. Let me just get a little something to put the rest of that in so we, when the time comes, we'll have a... somewhere we can dump the rest of this so we can use the can to rinse. Okay, got that. Let's get the bouillon ready to roll. Come on now. Make sure there's not a thing here. It's just weird that it's a paste and not a powder, so hopefully that's fine. Okay. Just need to open up the pinto beans, 1 can, and then we should be gravy. And we don't drain these, so. Oh, come on. Yeah, normally I very much like making my own beans, but this does require the juice. Okay. I think we're good to cook. Put a little oil in the pan. Just take it up to a medium high. All the needed things out of the way here. Actually, I'll leave my eggs over here. Once we get this to the boil and simmer, we'll work on prepping my eggs, and I'll switch this to a different burner. Since this is going to splatter someone, get an apron. Don't want to ruin my new shirt. I even left on actual pants for y'all. It's so rare I wear actual pants when I'm in my own house, but why not? Let's go, you know? Come on now. Flippy florpy floppy. All right. That oil spread out. Let me work on closing up this meat here too, this tasty sausage. Now I'm gonna have to cook something with that too. Alrighty. All right, we'll give that a second to warm up. Let me see if I got a response on my thing. Sweet. Sorry, just excited about the Azure stuff. Let me get my meat mesher. Which is the one that I like. Is it you? I haven't used one of these in so long. No, you're fine. But you're not my favorite. Oh, good. I can't. There we go. You. Man, we got too many tools in this tool block. Pockets are catching. Okay, so we're gonna get all the meat in, we're gonna get all the onion in, we're just browning it, and then we're gonna start adding the other stuff. Sorry, let me bring my recipe back up just to make sure I'm doing it right. Don't wanna screw the pooch here. Yep, I can smell the oil. In with the onions. Might actually need another measuring cup after all. Got some stragglers I wasn't counting on. In with the meat. So excited to get back to Azure. A couple of days. I guess I'll try and film it. It won't be in this vlog, because it should be happening the day this vlog comes out. Kind of wonder if I should get out my meat chopper so it'll really break it up. Good news, we're set for Wednesday. 6 o'clock, I assume you're coming. You don't have to, but...
I may have to come straight from work, but...
Okay.
I don't work from home
And you are working from home Wednesday?
Yeah, I have to go Monday, Tuesday,
Okay.
Thursday next week.
Oh, I mean, convenient. We even got a little table. Good old A6. Hooking us up. They know. All right. I just got excited to tell Dad because we were talking about it on the grocery run today. So I'm doing a half batch because it's required a 6-quart pan, which we do not have. But it's going to turn out pretty good. Some lean ground beef, some breakfast sausage and onion. Do pinto beans with the water, some tomato sauce. We got a mix of chili powder. I did not do the spicy ones for you. Oregano, garlic powder, cumin, some beef bouillon, salt, pepper, a little bit of sugar.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I got half a pound of lean beef left, so I'll try to do something with it. And I got a lot of breakfast sausage left, but it can wait. Just trying to break it down into nice chili bites here. Oh, shit. I gotta get that before the boy finds it in the floor. Oh, shit.
Well, they had lunch and snack. I was kind of late, so.
But you know, the little Hoover guys like to Hoover about over here.
I call them Roombas.
Oh, Roombas. Yeah, that's more what I meant to say. Yeah, I will be cleaning this counter, by the way, after I do the cooking. I just figured, since I did all the splatteries, since I knew I was going to be splattery, I didn't want to do it right before, you know.
Right.
Yeah, when I'm done cooking, I'll get that last bit of stuff off the table, and then I'll work on this. We got game night tomorrow, so we got to do some cleaning today. All right, we're almost there, almost to the next step. Now, I want to make the regular version, so that's why I'm trying to follow the recipe pretty clearly. And then from there, eventually, I'm going to kind of tweak my own version where I probably use some chipotle chili powder, maybe mix up the onions, you know, fresh beans. I'd also like my onions to soften a little bit more. I guess they're going to soften while they simmer, actually. I think we got the meat pretty well ground up here. I mean, hell, this alone smells pretty good. Let me flatten that out so it can kind of brown a little bit better. Try to soften those onions a little bit more. It smells really good already. Like, I could just pretty much slop this on a bun. Let me get this out of the way for a minute here. Let's bring you closer to over here so we can get this angle hooked up. Because we are going to move this over to here in a bit. But that'll work for now. Okay. I see a tiny touch of pink in there still. So we'll get to that. All right. Pinto beans and sauce and rinse. Okay. Just trying to brown it. We're not necessarily cooking it all the way here. It'll continue to cook in the sauce. But also this ground up, it's, you know, it's pretty much done. So just kind of looking through for any more huge pieces I want to separate. It does say chopped onion, not diced onion, but you know, I just did not feel like dealing with an onion today. I needed to cook quick because I'm trying to get this done ahead of time. My editing program, I use Premiere, and I basically had the same file to do all my edits in, and I haven't really cleaned it up in years, to the point where it's become problematic and slow. So I've had to just start a fresh one. I couldn't clean that one down anymore. So I'm having to like rebuild all my music beds and color corrections, and so I want to have this one done early to get the music beds built out, because the vlogs is the hardest music bed builds. And then I just kind of copy and paste a lot of the time after that. It saves me a lot of work in the edit. Okay. All right, it does not tell me anything about what temperatures I'm working with here, by the way. So I'm just gonna stay on the medium high for now. And then let's go ahead and work these beans into the equation. I mean, what's a little extra, you know? Get that starchy bean water out of the bottom. Okay. That's probably good there. And now, let's do just shy of a cup of tomato sauce here. That's probably good. And then actually, let's just do a little water. We'll just use the rinse of the, I don't know, like half a cup. We'll see how that works. And then I'll deal with that later. All right, let's get that incorporated. Let's see what's next. Okay, next is gonna be the beef bouillon. What is just 1 tablespoon? 1 tablespoon. Once we get this kind of mixed in. And of course it's gonna be soupy at first because we're gonna simmer it down. And the beans in the Waffle House chili tends to be a little smaller, so I don't think these are gonna shrink. That's not really how beans work. I literally just had Waffle House chili the other day, but that's why I would now want more. That's pretty good mix up for the moment. So let's get this beef bouillon in there. And then our seasonings blend. And okay, let me get this other burner going. Get that up to heat. Ooh. I need something to... Come here, bean spoon. Now, if you are using cubes, there's a thing about, you know, blending it with like a 1/4 cup of water or something like that. So just look up Waffle House chili recipe. Your first 5-6 results are going to be what this is. Just try to incorporate that in some. It's already starting to turn to the nice Waffle House chili color. All right. Come on, phone, work with me here. Okay. Now let's mix in our seasoning blend here. Yeah, they didn't have the powder or the cubes in beef in any brand.
Huh.
So those are the
I
best.
like better than bouillon myself, so.
I just hope it doesn't affect how the recipe works was my only concern. I know, that's what I was thinking, it shouldn't, but you know. Let me get this blended, and we're gonna move it to the other burner and get it to a boil, and then bring it down to a simmer for 15, and we'll start prepping our eggs. Okay, I'd say that's pretty well.
Can you make eggs for me too? I haven't had dinner yet.
Yeah. You want cheesy eggs? What am I? Yeah, my egg. Yeah.
Can you just make a double batch of whatever you make?
Okay, I can do that, I guess. Shit. Yeah.
If it's too much trouble.
I'd be fine with it. I just wish you had mentioned it before I started with all this. I would have mise en place more for it, but I'll figure it out. You're fine. I'll get there. Oh my goodness.
I'm such a burden.
No, you're not a burden. You just, you know how my brain works. Just took me a second to readjust. All right, I'm gonna turn that heat off for a minute, because we're gonna make our eggs. So maybe I should have bought more eggs. I think I have enough here for now, but I'm like, I think I have another one out in the garage. It's a little bit fresher. You'll see that? You can't see that. Let me get the...
I also have my eggs, so.
Yeah. Already about ready to bring that down to a simmer, it looks like. No, I probably need to beat more than 3 eggs, is it? Because that's what I was making me. Yeah?
Sure, why not? Maybe I do too. Your brain works better if it's just a simple double.
I'd say that's a boil.
Hey, did you steal Jack's food?
I told you that earlier. That's a boil. Yeah.
I'd say it's definitely a simmer.
I want a simmer. That's a roaring simmer. Supposed to bring it to a boil and then simmer, so. Shoot, how am I gonna, okay, I need. All right, I'm a little further from the trash can over here, but actually,
Why don't you just do
I
that
just,
there?
yeah, exactly. Wait, what? Were you gonna tell me to move that over?
No, I was gonna say, I don't understand.
Because I can't get the camera angle to show that and this.
Ah.
Which means I can actually put this over here on the burner I'm gonna use. All right, 6 eggs. Is that shell or is it? I think that's shell. Is that shell?
But
I don't know what that is, but
that is not shell. That's probably like an embryo or something.
Get that out of there. There's that. Maybe. All right, 1 egg. Oh, that's definitely, okay, bring that down. Echo, set timer, 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
All right. 2, 3, 4, and 5. That one was worrisome. Egg number 6. Don't worry about cleaning it in a bit since I'm going to do all this anyways.
True.
Okay.
Everybody go change and.
Oh, and I still need to cut some green onion up too. Shit. I need to clean it and cut it. Fuck, I should have done that ahead of time actually. Okay, so I got a couple minutes. We're not going to deal with this yet because I've learned that I want to season this about 10 minutes before we're ready to cook it. And I'm going to cook it about the time the chili's done. Let me work a little green onion. Wait a minute. Oh, because that was dirty. Okay. Well, All right. I think one green onion is probably fine. What I'm doing right now is gonna work them all, but I don't really have time. Sorry, I'll be back on camera in just a second. Well, you know what? It's clean on the other side. Maybe not. All right, fine. It's looking pretty good. Let's get you. Use some garnish on the end. Not the best way of doing it, but it'll work. Okay. Cool. So we got some green onions. About time to season and scramble. Because we're gonna get some cheese out because we're doing cheesy eggs. Also, toast. Which I don't know if she wants, but that part's easy. I'm gonna do whole wheat toast dry because that's how I get mine at Waffle House. We got the Nature Zone. Using Kraft singles because I'm pretty sure that's what they use in Waffle House. I'm gonna give this a little bit of a stir up in here. It smells good. I gotta admit, it's looking very Waffle Housey. Still a little runny, but it's got some time to still work itself out. Okay, so are we 10 minutes out? Yeah, roughly. All right. So what I've learned is the best scrambled eggs, you salt them 10 minutes out. So that's about 1 egg, 2 egg, 3 egg, 4 egg, 5 egg, 6 egg. That's good. You want to over salt them, especially because we're going to be introducing cheese. Let's get a better whisk on that one. A little bigger. Break these yolks up. Start the whisking.
Maybe whisk away.
Mm-hmm. Do you want toast? I'm putting down a piece of whole wheat toast, and then my scrambled cheesy eggs on top, and then chili on top, and then green onions. That's my plan for mine.
I'll go with that toast.
Okay. All right, just about got these beaten. All right, I'm just gonna let that sit for a bit. If you move the computer, I can store my green onions over there. Let me get some butter out for the eggs. I have a little bit of unsalted butter that's already opened. It's about 2.5 tablespoons, so that's probably more than I need, but so I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 slices of bread into the toaster, so it'll be ready. I'll take down about 4 for me. All right, and then while we're waiting on all of that, I guess we can still prep my cheese and get my plating plates ready. I'm gonna go ahead and get some butter in the pan here. Do about that much, I guess. I don't know. It's not rocket science. We don't believe in rocket science here in Muppet Labs. Mostly because Kermit forbade it after that last incident. Oh, residual heat left over. It's already melting the butter a little. Okay, prep the cheese. So I'm just gonna tear this up into like quarters. I'm gonna set it over off screen though. We've got about 6, almost 7 minutes left on that simmer there. Although we may wanna go longer, that's just gonna be up to us. So I'm just kind of folding that down. And then I do like kind of restacking it in a diamond pattern so it's easier to grab the individual pieces. And actually that diamond pattern starts going to hell after I have this many cheese slices because just trying to get them where they're easily grabbable and separatable and I can get them mixed in a little easier. And we're pretty much just about there. And you weren't here for it, Mary, but I bragged about your chili and how that's how we came about wanting to do this.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. You deserve some bragging every once in a while. Probably shouldn't do that, honestly. Probably should leave those alone till we're ready to get them in the pan. Just setting them off to the side. Let's see if we can get you a better angle now. There's just no way I'm gonna be able to keep that angle and show you what I'm doing over here. But that's starting to look really good. That's starting to look really correct. Looks a little more beany than I remember their chili being though. But I guess we did have a ½ ounce extra beans. Yeah, because Mary had called for a 15-ounce can of beans. I found beans available in 15.5 and 16 ounce. I was like, really? Jerks. Yeah, I think 15 minutes is gonna be just about perfect on that. That looks very, very good. Okay, so now we're just kind of waiting for a few minutes. How y'all doing out there? You doing good? I'm doing good. Let's give Dad the good news that we're all booked for Azure. On Wednesday. All right. Honestly, I need to take the heat down because that is definitely more of a boil than a simmer at this point. Might actually have thinned it out or thickened it up a little too much, honestly, because of that heat. Wow, this butter is almost melted just on the residual heat left on the burner. And we'll need something to work eggs with. Should I? No, I'm not ready to try the pork chop the chopstick method. I'm not there yet. This is from my eggs. Plating plates, yes. Here's that small plate, not that big. Now you just had an egg, you want chili on it, I don't care. Yes, the chili on it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it like you're doing.
Fair enough. Well, you don't want the toad. I'm just giving you poop.
You think
I don't think
that
that-
adds to it?
I don't think that'll make a big difference. I just kind of want some bread in there for me.
Alright.
I think it's perfectly fine without it.
Yeah, I like my plates are kind of like Waffle House.
Mm-hmm. Good enough. All right, let's go ahead and bring up the heat on this burner. Somewhere between a medium low and a medium. Let me get you more fixed up over here, because I mean, that's just simmering down. You'll see it when it's done. It's got about 2 minutes left. Kind of like to go low and slowish on my scramble. And give this one more stir. Oh yeah, I think that's actually where I've been kind of overdoing it. That's probably about right. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take the heat off the chili and just let it finish at 90 seconds there. I think that's good. Just a quick little re-whisk here.
You taking into account these
Didn't know what that was. Oh my God.
I'm trying to.
You're right. All right, eggs going in. Probably should have let that heat up a little bit more, but it's all right, we got it. Give that a second to start setting up. And the chili is good to go. Yeah, that looks pretty close to Waffle House chili. I might have gotten a little too much of the juice out, but I'm excited. That's looking tasty. I'm gonna take this up to a medium. That's not, I don't like that. Am I getting anything yet? I'm getting minor curds, nothing crazy. I was getting impatient. Yeah, you can see I'm starting to get some curds happening here with my eggs, so. Echo, dismiss. Get my toast going. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're getting some nice curding. Take that heat back down to between medium, low. Okay, we're almost ready to start adding some cheese. Keep working those sides down. And we start cheesing. These are close to finished. Ah, come on. Shit. A few more pieces of cheese to go. And piece if I can get it one-handed. Come on. There we go. All right. Try to mix that cheese in while we're scrambling the rest. Try my best to evenly distribute it. Here comes my toast. Okay, once I get this cheese kind of just about where I want it, I'm going to really work on getting the sides worked down. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and stop the heat. Residual heat should cook the rest of the way through if it's not already a little over. Scrape the sides. One big pile here, make it a little bit easier for distribution. Okay. Those look like some very delicious, fluffy, cheesy scrambled eggs. Get that off the heat. All right, I'm gonna plate mine. Put my big piece of toast right there in the middle. Actually, you know what? Let's do it like this. For me, I'm gonna do it like that. And so I got me a plate worth here. Let's get like half the scrambled eggs out as best I can eyeball. And let's quickly see if I've got enough here for Mary's plate. That looks pretty good. Taste test. I don't think you can see my face, but oh yeah, yep. That's good. I need to taste this chili on its own, just to see how we did here. That fucking tastes like Waffle House chili.
Yay!
Slightly better, actually. Okay, all right. Back to the plating. All right, let's see. Let's get Mary hooked up first here. Putting that plate down. Maybe a touch more. And then we'll sprinkle some of this lovely green onion on here. And there's a nice plate for Mary. Now let's get me hooked up. Don't want to overdo the chili because you can always come back and add more. Cool. And then nice little heaping of green onion for me. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let me get in and get the close-ups. Oh yeah, look at this. Cheesy, scrambly eggs on toast with a nice Waffle Housey chili. Looks so good. Here's a nice little close-up of the chili itself. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna need you to also thumbnail for me, but I remember that I need to tell you what I'm actually looking for.
Okay.
The food forward. My whole head in, I can always zoom in. All right, cool. Let me get me a little porkaroonie. I'm not really gonna be able to get into my toast on this, but let's get a nice little cheesy, eggy, chili-y, oniony bite. Yep, might as well call me the Egg King. Oh my God, those eggs are really good. Yep. Thought about doing it over hash browns, but calories, man. That's awesome. You want to see what Mary thinks? Get her a fork.
Let's see. I'm gonna try some of your eggs. Those are good eggs.
I'm a good egg man. Might as well call me the Egg King.
How about Dr. Robotnik? He's the egg man.
But I'm a walrus, cuckoo-cuckoo.
You're pretty good.
I got a thumb up. So yeah, it tastes like Waffle House chili though, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And I think that's a good combination, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The I think your seasoning blend is a little different, but it's good.
Well, I used ancho chili powder. And I
Oh.
used, Angus beef instead of regular ass beef.
So I have a question for the audience.
Okay.
Are you like me and if you get your hash browns topped at Waffle House, do you usually have a 50-50 shot of it actually getting topped?
Our last waitress was brand new though. She even told us. But
But it is for me it's a crapshoot. I'll ask it for like capped. What's onions?
Smothered.
Smothered, capped, and topped, and
Yeah.
I'll get 2 out of 3.
But yeah, I did a very good job. Even got the approval of Mary. So there you go.
It's worth asking you to make dinner tonight.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I had my brain scrambled for a moment because obviously that was not difficult. I just had to readjust my plan. I was like, I'm in the middle of a plan. Crap. But I'm good. We got it. I'm going to eat. Bye. Yum, 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 yum. Time to snack. Delicious. Wait, I'm the snack here. All right, we got another junk food taste test. We're going to do 4 items, 2 savory, 2 sweet. Let's start with this because it'll be a little more subtle flavor, I believe. We have a whole bunch of new Pringles. These are brand new. I wanted to jump to one of these because they're like brand new. We found them at Walmart. There's 3 types, but we're going to start today with grilled beer brats.
Miller Lite.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to cooking, probably not that big a deal, but there's so much better beer than Miller Lite to me, for my taste buds.
I want to say I'm not a big beer person. Brats are also not my favorite type of sausage.
I love brats. I love beer brats. You don't get a lot of beer flavor in brats in my mind. I imagine this is mostly just going to be smoky. Smells kind of good. Does smell a little bratwurst-like. I have a feeling it's not going to be super potent in flavor, though. That's not bad. A hint of sweetness up front, a little smoky, meaty in the middle.
It has a flavor. If you asked me what the flavor was, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
It is pretty subtle, but
It's not bad though.
yeah. I don't want to. I'm trying to be nice. There is not a pineapple flavor, but I almost for a split second get a pineapple vibe. Like somehow that sweet and smoky give me almost this like aromatic pineapple, but not a pineapple flavor. I don't know how to explain that. That's pretty good. I think those will be even better as you eat into them too. I think it's like a building flavor.
Maybe. So honestly, better than I expected, but I wouldn't go out of my way to get them.
I would definitely buy them again, but I guess that's the question. Would I go out of my way to try and buy them again? Like if I stumbled upon them, I'd be like, yeah, I'll take another tube of those. But with so many flavors I do love, yeah, maybe I wouldn't go out of my way for them. But very close. There's also like a beer can chicken, and I forget what the other one is, like a steak one. We'll be trying those in the future. But okay. Pleasantly surprised with how that turned out. Now this next one is unlikely for Mary to try, but we'll see how it goes.
Oh, one of those.
I've sat on this for a while. She might be willing or able to try one. We'll see. But we have a new Doritos, newish, late night flavor, zesty jalapeno popper.
Why is it late night?
It's just like a brand of like, they're doing like, here's like stoner food, very generic stoner foods that they've done. I don't know, like they have the sizzling cheeseburger, junk foods really more than stoner foods.
Okay. I wouldn't consider a jalapeno poppers junk foods, but
Oh yeah. Fried jalapeno and cheese? Yeah. Not really a lot of upfront heat. Still not really getting heat, but I do kind of taste the cream cheese a little bit and the freshness of a jalapeno a little bit. It's not as potent as I'd hoped for.
so you're not getting any heat on that?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if there's any on the back end. You might find, maybe I'm getting the tiniest tingle on the back end.
Okay, so let's somebody with a more sensitive palate for heat.
Yeah, they're kind of good. They do have
Oh, yeah, there's some heat.
Hmm.
And it's got I like spice like right in the back of my throat.
Oh no. Maybe you got the one I should be having because I'm getting a little now. It's building a little bit in the back. It does have that breaded fried jalapeno cream cheesy vibe. Maybe a little cheddar cheesy as well. I don't know if it's going for the cheddar cheese version or it's more cream cheesy. It's kind of subtle, but I like that.
No, it definitely has heat. If you have a low heat tolerance, it definitely has heat. If you're like him, you're not going to notice it probably.
No. I really like these. I don't love them. I would not go out of my way to find them. I don't know if I'd want to get another bag. There's so many better Doritos, like the honey mustard ones or whatever. Oh no, the golden sriracha ones recently were really, really fantastic. These are good. They're different. They're interesting. I like them. You might like them too if you have a similar palate. It's interesting how cream cheesy. Like that's the dominant flavor I get, which is interesting because I wouldn't expect that flavor out of a chip. I like them. You throw them out at game night and see how it goes over. All right. Toss my garbaggio.
Hey, Eric.
So, going on to the sweets. Now, we know it's after Easter, but these were at Kroger and cheap.
Cheap beats.
And I don't think we've done these before. And since they tend to bring flavors back,
Yeah, I don't recall doing this one myself either.
so there's a possibility that they might become available again next year.
And not that we do a
But
lot
I
of,
really wish they'd bring the coffee ones back because those are so good.
and not that we do a lot of Oreos here, just because Oreos are just so insanely caloric. I love them, but I can't have them because like I can't just eat one, and it's like, oof. But there's a new one coming. Selena Gomez, I found out about this today, has a signature Oreo coming. It's going to be a cinnamon cream in the chocolate cookie.
Okay.
That has potential.
It has potential.
Just throwing
but I
it
have
out
a
there.
feeling the chocolate will just kind of wipe that out.
Maybe, or maybe it's not the usual
It's like
chocolate.
a salted pretzel one now.
I think I've seen that, yeah. There's so many flavors that sounded good, but I'm just like, I can't justify it. I regret buying the s'mores
I need
ones.
to set this down so I can actually.
Okay. I regret buying the s'mores ones because every once in a while I'm like, I can have one of those and two of those. That is definitely a
Yeah,
snack
you
that
want
does not
all
go
of
to
it,
my
or you
bedroom.
just want to-
I'm fine with just splitting one because I am seriously starting to, other than these junk food tastes, I'm seriously starting to chill the hell out of my eating and stuff. Trying to start working on this. Like a cheese bowl.
Oh. Okay, these are pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not a big Peeps guy, but that is pretty tasty. And it's not just the cinnamon sugar. I do get a little of that churro flavor, like the batter.
Yeah. Of course, if it was just cinnamon sugar, I'd be happy. So.
Yeah, that'd be fine too, but I think those are a step above that expectation because you also do kind of taste the churro there. Yeah, if I was into eating Peeps, that's maybe the best Peep I've had, quite honestly.
It's pretty good. Coffee's still my favorite.
I don't remember the coffee one. Maybe I didn't try the coffee ones.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but
It was good enough to say, like, let me eat the sugar in the bottom of the box because it tastes so good.
fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, those are excellent. Yeah, I recommend those. Again, if you have the similar palate to mine, highly recommend. And Mary says they are high up there, so.
Yeah.
Those are also nice and fresh and soft, huh?
Yeah.
All right, while she puts those away, I'll introduce our next snack, which I don't think we've tried. It's possible we did try this back in the day. Because I'm thinking, did we find full-size bars at the Memphis Jamboree and bring some of this home? I don't know.
Which one is it? I don't remember.
Snickers Butterscotch Scoop. So these are obviously little individual ones, 100-calorie pieces, so about half the size of a bar. Sharing size. Love Snickers, love butterscotch. It's still very hard to top a standard Snickers, followed by an almond Snickers. I don't think I've had any other Snickers that comes really close to those two. The pecan's been pretty good. We've talked about it, like if there's ever a cashew Snickers, that could be something. Did I not tear it well enough?
Do you need the Skitters?
I don't know. Might not tore deep enough. The man! I'm not a man. I'm a weak baby boy.
That's because these are not resealable.
Yeah, so I probably should have tore deeper. I thought it was, there's like the steel line I thought was a,
Yeah, I mean, it looks like that should be
yeah,
a
pull
resealable
apart.
thing, but it's not.
Well, it's just kind of like me the other day. I went to blow my nose because I thought I had a booger, but it's not. Oh, okay. Well, hold on a second. We'll be right back. Sorry about that. I just had a friend stop by for a minute. Mary got attacked by a hanger in the laundry room. It was like Evil Dead style. Grabbed her hair. She's like, no! Klaatu Barata, I said it! Where were we?
And we were just about to try those.
Snickers Butterscotch Scoop. I assume we're just going to try and split one up here.
Sure.
Let's see if I can do the old. Aha. Oh. Oh, it's a very different nougat and like caramel. Shit.
Smells
Oh.
butterscotchy.
Oh yeah. I have beetsies. I was gonna wait a minute to pick that up, but. Definitely taste the butterscotch. I like this, but how much do I like it?
I feel like I'm smelling it more than I'm tasting it.
I'd say 50-50 for me, but I'm definitely tasting it. It has the texture of a Snickers, but more sweeter and like a butterscotch ice cream. A little less nuts, at least in my bite. Good blend of caramel in there.
I can taste it. It's all right. Again, I'm not sure I'd go out of my way to get it, especially if like one of these is 100 calories.
There is that. Now, where's Snickers on your pantheon of candy bars, by the way? I can't remember. I know it's not a Milky Way.
Milky Way Midnight.
Milky Way Midnight, particularly.
It's reasonably high up there, but because it's more like a workhorse candy bar. It's like if you are hungry and you have a vending machine, the Snickers might be your best go-to.
More satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Snickers is my favorite candy bar. So this is up there, though. It's different from Snickers or almond Snickers. There's definitely not above those. But this could be a third-tier Snickers for me. I like this more than the pecan one. Pecan was just kind of disappointing. It was fine, but yeah, I'm digging it. But you're right. These I'm only allowed to like maybe take one up occasionally. 100 calories is a lot for that little damn thing. All right.
One a day.
Yeah, well, maybe not even a day. Right now, I'm taking some days and really cutting back. Thank God I'm loving that jalapeno chicken noodle soup from Progresso. Don't like chicken noodle soup like at all. It's the most boring of all soups ever, but somehow them throwing some jalapeno and red pepper into it has made it a phenomenal soup for me. So that and a peanut butter sandwich satisfies me perfectly for a dinner, and it's like 300 calories total or something, maybe 4, but I mean, it's great diet food. But that said, I'm trying not to eat that every day so I don't burn myself out on it. So, you know, ramen is not low calorie or pizza. Eggs, though. I almost made avocado toast with sunny side up eggs on it, but I just didn't feel like cooking today. All right, that's that. Bye. All right, let's do some reviews. Let's talk about Andor, Season 2, Episodes 4, 5, and 6, the second arc of Season 2. BBY... 3? Yes, correct. It's really good, but I have a hard time remembering the specifics of that. Like, I remember all the things, but...
And he's seen it twice.
Yeah, so much happens that it's like, wait, what was it specifically in that arc? Because it might be the weakest arc of the 4 arcs in Season 2, but it's still phenomenal. Of course, I loved it. No surprise there. What were your thoughts on that arc? Before we go to spoilers. No spoilers right this second.
Well,
Just general...
it's all right. I don't know, because now that you're making me think about it, I'm like, what the fuck did happen?
We just kind of recapped, because I didn't want to mix and match.
We barely recapped. We went, okay, it ended here. That was the extent of the recap.
It's enough for me to talk about it. So let's give you a spoiler warning just for 4, 5, and 6. We will then come back with no spoilers for the next arc. But here's your spoiler warning. You got plenty of time to get off your butt, trip over the cat, pick up your M&Ms you spilled, get to the button, push the button. Oh, wait, it didn't take. Try to push the button again. Wait, what's going on? Now it's freezing and locking up. And you push the button, and it's spoiler time. So,
It wasn't fast enough.
I know, I was trying to buy you some time, too.
It's a Napoleon.
I do really like this, though, because it's like we finally get to go on Gorman. So this is all spoilers, remember. And I love that we kind of start with Cyril on Gorman. And you're kind of made to believe that maybe him and Deidre didn't work out. At least that's what his mom thinks. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, I'm watching and I'm like, yeah, no, he's got to be going undercover or something, which, yeah, that's the case. And his glee at, like, working his way in and getting undercover was cool, but also like, God damn it, Cyril. And especially when it's
It's a little
Pentagram.
try-hard cringe sometimes.
And like the whole staged ISB groups coming in and, you know, to find the microphone in his office and all of that. And like you just know in the background, it's like, this is all staged. He's playing it so perfectly. He is really good at this. But I thought that stuff was cool. And then him getting a scene with Deidre and Pendergrass, I want to say. It says, I think I have it.
Pendergrass?
It might be, I think it's Pendergrass. That was really cool. And the way he just really wants to like be seen. He wants Senpai to notice him. That was really fun. I liked all that stuff.
Oh, I mean, it is a step up from what he was doing before.
Yeah, because then he's still after Andor and all of that. So I thought
And
that.
you're doing it too.
Well, no, actually, Luthen in season 1, he says it kind of like Andor at one point, and that's why I keep occasionally it feels fun to say Cassian Andor.
Andor.
So that's where that comes from. That's why I say it that way sometimes. But I thought that was a really great part of the arc. The best part of the arc, though, is going to be the Luthen and Clea with Skolden and the fake piece of art. Now all the art's going to get, you know, re-looked at and all that stuff. So that stuff was fantastic. The tension. And the way she used Lonnie to come over and, like, block for Clea while she's trying to get that microphone out. Maddening tension of greatness.
Yeah.
And then you get a wonderful asshole Krennic, which is always a blast.
That was probably the best part of that scene, honestly.
It is. There's so much good stuff in there, but I agree. That's one of my favorite parts.
Him and various other people sniping at each other.
Because he and Mon obviously have not gotten along in the Senate. So all that stuff's pretty fun. But I really like how that turned out. But the funniest, most ironic part of that has to be at the end. When Luthen and Clea are walking out, it's like, we probably should have just killed Krennic. Yeah, we should have. It's like, yeah, you would have saved a lot of trouble. I have no idea how true that was. We also get our first look at the recast of Bale, which I'll talk a little bit more about in the next thing, because obviously he just has a little cameo here. I personally am very bothered by it, but ultimately I'm okay with it. Just know that. But I'm bothered by it because Star Wars is the one thing where, unless it's like a big age difference, they've never recast. That's why I don't mind the face replacement stuff in Star Wars. I don't want Sebastian Stan as Luke, personally. And everybody's like, oh, but the face replacement stuff looks so bad. But look how better it got, because Lucas, that's one of the things Star Wars has always done and should always do. They innovate, and it doesn't always start out great, you know, but it gets great, and then everybody gets to reap the rewards. Certainly there's issues with the AI thing, but I mean, if it's all consensual, families agree, blah, 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 and it's like, you know, not necessarily generative, stealing from other arts or whatever, I'm cool with that, because I love that Star Wars is this 50-year plus saga that has never really recast, for the most part, major roles outside of, like, okay, Ewan is a younger Obi-Wan versus Alec Guinness, things like that, okay. Even young Han, old Han. But so that was kind of disappointing. But we'll talk more about that next time because I'm not that bothered by it, I'll just say. Let's see, what else was in this one? Oh, Saw Gerrera stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
I still don't understand how anybody follows that guy.
because he gets results. For the people that are really angry and want to do shit now, that's the group you go to. The people that don't think it all the way through. You may have noticed that Will, I don't want to say too much, but Will. But I can't say too much because it really more resolves in the next arc. But I do like how they kind of brought him into it. I love that we're on Dakar, I want to say is what it is. But with the Resistance base and the Force Awakens, that was so cool to see that represented in this technically prequel. It's really OG trilogy, but era. But that was really fun to see that place again and see how Saw and his crew operate at this point. It was also fun, as we all learned now, that the mask and the breathing in Rogue One, that's not life-saving stuff like we all thought it was. It's not like a breathing apparatus. It's like, nah, Saw's just getting high, man.
Which explains a lot.
It really does. But we have seen, that is one of the most underrated, undervalued characters, I think, in Star Wars.
Yeah, that scene where Will's trying to tap the line and Saw is going on this monologue.
Yeah, well, he's like...
And he's going like, dude, I need to fucking concentrate here.
Yeah, that was so cool. And it looked cool,
Do you want to blow up? Because this is how we blow up.
Yeah.
Because you shut the fuck up.
But you kind of saw in that moment too, like that insanity, and he really can do impassioned speeches, and that's where he convinces Will to inhale some of that shit too. Mm-hmm. But I love that Saw's just getting high, and that just adds to his insanity. But he has had a life of nothing but war. If you were unaware, there is a Clone Wars episode that introduces him and his sister, because he talks about his sister there, and that's a pretty neat thing. I kind of want to go back and watch that episode of Clone Wars. I meant to do that. Maybe I'll do that tonight. But I loved that. Then we have Bix just kind of losing it, because she has nothing to do, so she's just having all her dreams and everything, but that is beautifully satisfying at the end. Very satisfying at the end.
And apparently everybody is on TVs in drag. I don't know.
Well, I do love that the TV in Star Wars, when people watch TV in Star Wars, it's absolutely ridiculous. That's where they keep the holiday special alive, because they've also done that in some of the other properties. Like if you recall A Certain Thing I Fell in Love With in Skeleton Crew. Mm-hmm. But I like that anytime somebody's watching the HoloNet, the TV out there, it feels like they're watching something out of the 70s holiday special. Mm-hmm. I think that's a nice touch, a nice way of doing that. But overall, like I said, I think this is the weakest arc of the season, but it's still fantastic because everything in this show is fantastic. And I'm excited to talk about the next arc because that's some of the greatest Star Wars to ever Star Wars as far as I'm concerned.
But we do get Bix's thing resolved also at the end of this arc.
Well, we kind of just went through that. I did.
You said she was losing her mind all alone. You didn't say how it ended.
Yeah, I did. Then she gets her revenge at the end. I said
I didn't.
I didn't delve deep into it, but I did bring that up.
I didn't hear you.
You responded to me I think you said a very satisfying.
Did I?
I think
Shit.
so.
I think I started thinking about something else and went on autopilot.
My shirt. All right, speaking of autopilot, why don't we autopilot on to the next arc because I want to talk about that.
All right.
Okay, so no spoilers for episodes 7, 8, and 9. Which I think are some of the best Star Wars to ever Star Wars, and Andor Season 2. Can't believe they started on Felucia. Oh, wait. That's nuts. So we're going to keep it no spoilers, just real quick. I think this is some of the best, intense. Episode 8 particularly, and then also 9 a little less so, but amazing, phenomenal, edge of your seat, gripping, nonstop. Hard to watch, but love incredible television. Thoughts, just general thoughts before we go into spoilers?
It was good. It didn't hit me like it hit him.
Did I way oversell it? Only oversell it a little? Or I was kind of correct?
I think for me, you oversold it a bit.
A bit, but not a lot, which is good.
Yeah.
Because I tried not to.
I told him before we watched it, it's like, dude, you have been so freaking hyped on this that I'm afraid that I'm going to be underwhelmed.
But she was not underwhelmed? Just mildly, not as impressed as I was.
I was whelmed.
Whelmed. That's good. Because it is whelming. Very whelming. Very Wilhelming. I don't think they ever
You
used
were
that.
overwhelmed. I was whelmed.
Yeah. All right, let's do spoilers. Spoilers! Spoilers! Spoilers. I'm not giving you a long one on this one. Spoilers.
Yeah.
My fucking God.
And by the way, where I say I'm whelmed, it's not say I'm disappointed in any way. It's just, I was like, alright, that was cool.
Compared to how much I hyped it up.
And he's like, oh my God, this is my second.
Well, a lot of us would agree. A lot of us that love Andor. If you're a Star Wars fan that doesn't love Andor, that's fine. But
It was still good television.
Yeah, I know,
So.
but my God, like I'm having trouble remembering the first episode. Okay, it was more Gorman's setup, I guess.
Yeah, it was the weapons heist.
Was that the first episode of that, or was that in the last arc? I thought that was in the last arc.
We didn't
actually.
talk about it if it was.
Yeah, we forgot. Well, so yeah, poor the nurse. Poor, oh my God. Well, Belinda is the nurse, but here she's.
It starts with an S.
No.
Shucked? No.
I had it. It's Vale is the blonde lady. Well, now redhead. That's Mothma's sister.
Yeah.
And
I'm pretty sure it started with an S.
I think you're right. Anyways, that was really
Not
tragic
Belinda.
and sad. Right. But she's the companion on Doctor Who right now. So that can ruin that for you. But that stuff was cool, just seeing that heist happen, how they planned it out, and how dumbass idiot didn't listen and got Cinda?
Cinda, that sounds like a
Cinda
right?
killed her. Didn't even get her killed her. So, but I think that might have actually been last arc, and I forgot to talk about it.
Yeah.
This one is definitely like setting up on Gorman, I believe, because I think we did a little bit more. I think this might have been Cyril, and this is when he went to. Did I spoil something in the last arc? See, this is why I wish we had done them arc to arc as we filmed them. Little things are blending
Filmed them
together.
As we watch Arc, yes.
That's what I meant, because things are blending together.
That's on you.
Yeah, that is on me. Anyways, let's just get on with it then. The Gorman Massacre, wow. Just absolutely intense. The building tension leading up to that.
Yeah.
The slaughter of it, the horror of it, these people getting shot close up, the brutality of the Empire and sacrificing their own people. And then the motherfucking KX droids coming out. And you really understand why KX droids are not to be messed with.
First episode was them on Yavin.
No, it does start with some Yavin. Yeah, we established the rebel base on Yavin. That's right.
And then Will shows back up going like, yo, Luthen has a job for you.
That's right, because he's with not Deidre, but Dina or something like that. The one Gorman lady. No, not yet. God damn it.
Well, yeah. Are we talking about Will?
Yeah,
He's with the blonde.
but that's
lady.
on Gorman.
Well, yeah,
that's
but
right,
But
okay.
it's pretty obvious that
I
they
know where
already
my-
have a thing.
I know where my brain is messing up. Forget what I just said. But yeah, we started on Yavin. You're right, and then like Bix and Cassian.
Encounter Force Healer.
Oh, the Force Healer was so cool. Especially upon rewatching Rogue One, which he hasn't done yet. But all through Rogue One, there's all these mentions about the message. We've got to get the message through. The message is important. The message is what? And I'm just sitting here thinking, fuck, Cassian really is the messenger. He's the one, that's all what Rogue One is he's getting the message. He's messaging the message. But the Force Healer felt straight out of original trilogy. Like, she really felt old school Star Wars, and it was just enough of the Force. And again, without going too deep into it, but like as we escalate into Rogue One, into A New Hope, it is nice that that's coming into it a little bit more into his world. Because most people never, in this galaxy, never exist around any of that stuff, especially after the Order 66 and everything.
Yeah.
So to see him be so skeptical, rightfully, and all that, but then...
Yeah, there's this like, Bix brings him into the encampment and he's, oh God, we are not doing this.
Yeah, well-
she goes, hey, oh, you, I need to come talk to you.
Yeah, like she just feels him, and like I love that he gave her hope again. He reaffirmed her belief that what she's doing is legit. I think that was pretty neat. But yeah, then Cassian goes off on the mission on Gorman because he's going to go assassinate Deidre. That's what the mission was, or supposed to be, or Dedra. Excuse me, not Deidre. Dedra. But but then we get to the whole massacre, man. That whole sequence is just brutal and dark and insane and very realistic in unfortunate ways.
Yeah.
And we even, get the little setup of, oh, before you leave, help me load that droid. So I thought all that was really cool, and that's just such a fantastic arc of television.
But yeah, we are in spoilers, right?
Yeah, we're in spoilers.
Okay,
Yeah.
because it's because you kind of love the fact that it's like they start taking the barricades in or whatever, and then rearranging them closer to the building, and everybody who's like experienced goes, "Oh, well, that's a trap," and here come all the people. Fuck.
Yeah, I like that too. That they're like, oh, the circle is open or whatever it was. Like, let's go, let's move to protest. And like the old Gorman guy is like, this is a trap. It's a trap, and no one will listen, man.
Yeah.
And then him like turning on Cyril right there and all that too, and Cyril. It's God, yeah, because this is also where we had Cyril figure out that Dedra. He finally finds out what this has all been about.
Yeah.
And I love his turn here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily love the violence again, but I mean, you can kind of like human to human, take the gender out of it. You can understand that violent outburst in that moment that he's realizing this person he loved so deeply and thought maybe he found a soulmate has still actually, even though she did love him deeply too, has been using him and misdirecting him and it's so fucked up. And he's like really kind of come to love the Gorman people because he was never there to set up the Gormans. He was trying to find the outside agitators, Andor and Luthen and all these guys.
Yeah.
And it's just so layered and so expertly performed.
Yeah, I mean, he almost kills her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he goes back out in the crowd, and his luck held out for an incredibly long amount of time.
And also, I kind of think it was kind of endearing, even though, again, like, I hate liking this couple because they're really fucked up, but I like that Dedra still, like, wanted to get him back in there, like, wanted to protect him still. Oh, and that point earlier, too, when they're all gathered and, like, they're sitting to the room with all the KX droids, and the one just kind of looks at him like, that shit was creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
But then, then he fights Andor, and
he's looking around going, this is fucking happening. Like, I can't believe this is fucking happening.
And this is my fault. And
Andor!
Well, I mean, you see that, like, building, like, I don't know what to do. I'm lost. My whole world is shattered. Look at this chaos and this death I've brought to these people I've come to actually love and appreciate. And I don't know what to do with myself. But then he sees that singular purpose. He found his outlet.
I think I just gave myself whiplash.
Oh, God. There's, like, Andor, and then he goes after him. And they have that insane fight. And then just that heartbreak of, not so much heartbreak, but like when Andor's like, who are you? Because Andor barely, he's I don't know if you think he's ever seen Cyril's face. He did hold Cyril at gunpoint in season 1, but it was like from behind. So, and then he gets Cyril's gun, and I don't know if that's in this episode because I brought it up to you. Like it ends up getting, like there's a whole journey of that pistol that Vel remembers because Cousin from the Bear had searched Andor's stuff in that first season 1 arc. And then, but then he gave it to Melshi after they broke out in Arcana 5. And then Melshi's like, that's my gun. Like, that was so cool. There's just a little arc about the gun. But the fact that Cyril then lowers his gun and you have that moment of like, oh, okay, maybe he is coming out of his craziness and, he can, like, Cyril could be like, oh, fuck, yeah, what am I doing? And, like, maybe Cyril's going to redeem himself. Maybe he's going to join the rebellion. Oh, no.
No, I think he was, I don't think he was coming to his senses so much as, what the fuck do you mean you don't know who I am?
I think there's that too, but I think that was also his moment of still coming back into the everything I have done and known has been wrong and I have been manipulated and used because of it. I'm not saying he was in that moment thinking, oh, I'm going to switch and be in the rebellion. It was just more a moment of, fuck, you know what, I quit. I'm not trying to kill you. This is all messed up. Like, had he not got shot right then, I feel like there could have been a thing of they would have parted ways or whatever. And maybe Cyril started ending up slowly getting brought back into, because ultimately,
maybe if things had gone a different way, maybe. But I still think ultimately in that moment it is this guy has been like one of your central focus points for forever, and there's no way it could possibly be that he has no idea who you are because.
Well, no, I see. The way I interpreted it was when that was said to him, he had that realization of, oh my God, this has all been pointless. And I've been on the wrong side of all of it. And I think it would have taken him time to come to terms with all of it. And I don't know that I'm not saying he and Andor would have ever been friends. Because ultimately, Cyril is not a terrible person. He just believed in law and order and he trusted the wrong lawmakers, basically. And this was him coming to terms with everything I've built my life into has been a lie and been wrong. And I think
Yeah.
he could have been redeemed and maybe come back to the light side, you know?
It's
But-
just like.
But
and
it's
I'm-
appropriate that he did not make it and that the old man shot him.
Yeah.
Very appropriate.
Because the other thing I wonder is, like, if he hadn't been killed, it's like, would he and Deidre ever been able to?
Ooh, reconcile.
I don't think so. But
I don't either. Because there was earlier in the season, I was thinking, maybe Deidre could defect as well. Maybe she could realize this is going too far. Because the way she was talking earlier, like when she gave the idea to Krennic about you need the rebels to do the wrong thing. Because even in that speech, she's like, I don't want to do any of this stuff, But obviously, no, she would never have turned around and defected. But and I do love that.
After this, it's like there's a possibility because you would never expect somebody like Hux to defect.
True, or
Or Hugs or.
well, yeah, no, you're right with Hux, but of course he had not great motives for it. But I was thinking, Seb's boyfriend in Rebels, Callus. Rebels spoiler, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on from that. But also, I do think it's appropriate that the older gentleman of the Gormans is who shot Cyril, because as we had seen earlier in this arc, Cyril was getting very friendly with his daughter. I'm not saying they were romantic, because I think Cyril really was a true guy to his lady, but she died, and I was just like, okay.
I feel like there was some romantic tension, and I don't know if that was manufactured by him.
It maybe he might have been playing into it, but yeah, but I don't think he ever would have like stepped out on Deidre on purpose. I don't think he's that kind of guy. He's too into the strict rules of things. But anyways, I thought that was great. And we've been 13 minutes on this, and we haven't even gotten to episode 9.
Oh, that's true.
Or the little bonus thing we'll probably talk about. So then we get to episode 9, which is the extraction of Mon, and it's so good. It's so good. And let's talk about the elephant in the room. Bail Organa being replaced. See, this one hurts because we already have lots of Jimmy Smith's Bail Organa on both sides of this. So if you are doing a chronological rewatch, that's gonna feel so weird because it's so uncommon to do that in Star Wars. Granted, technically they do that with Mon Mothma because there's a different Mon in Return of the Jedi, but now what I will say is I really hate that. But Benjamin Bratt is so fucking good in this role that it kind of left me thinking, I wonder if Benjamin Bratt should have been Bail Organa all along. But then immediately my next thought is, but Jimmy Smith is actually an incredible actor, and it's a shame we didn't get to see him do this material because he might have been as good or maybe better. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is now weird having seen that and then watching Rogue One when Bail shows up. It is a little odd because it's Jimmy Smits again. It's just weird. But he was phenomenal in it. And her speech is phenomenal in it. She is amazing in it. All the tension of finding out Bail's people are corrupt and all that stuff, it's so fucking good. And the Senate stuff is fun. And her speech and the other senators, and just like, it's just so cool. And like shooting down the driver that's been in ISB plant for all this time, who didn't bring his pistol when he ran over to them. Because he looked at it, he had a pistol, they set it up, but he didn't have, or at least he didn't draw it. But I like that Andor's just so quick to be like, because he knows he's an ISB guy, and this is important. She is the package, she is the message, she's more important than anything right now. And he is the messenger. And it was just so cool. Seeing him speed off out of Coruscant and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was so flippin' cool.
Well, the whole thing with her assistant, what's his name?
Oh yeah, oh my god, I had it. Erskine.
Yeah. Because
he's so cool.
Because was it? Oh god, what's his name? The boss guy.
Which boss guy?
Rebel boss guy. Or Luthen.
Luthen. Okay.
Because Luthen is getting annoyed with Mom Mothma, and she said, by the way, your assistant's one of mine. She's like, fuck me, what?
Yeah. And then she lets him go, which is so dumb in the moment. I get where she's coming from.
She's very hurt, is what that is.
Yeah. Because he had been nothing but loyal. And then he still shows up and still does the work, which I think was awesome and fantastic.
And she's like, okay, fine, I forgive you. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yep. And then they do. And then Erskine meets them. And then they're gonna go meet up with Gold Squadron.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting Erskine to survive.
I was, because
Oh, and then...
Cause we'll get to it.
And is that the end of this episode where he gets his Dear John letter?
Oh yeah, that is really the end of this. I'm glad I didn't mention it before. So Bix leaves him, and I can't say things, but
okay. So Binks leaves him because he's telling her that he's ready to.
His lover Jar Jar Binks leaves him.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the cat from.
Oh yeah.
Well, what's her name then? Because it sounds like Binks.
Bix.
Bix.
B-I-X.
Bix. Okay. I keep hearing Binks.
Okay.
Okay. So Bix he's going like, okay, you know what? I'm done with the bullshit. I'm ready to go live a normal life. We'll go somewhere out in the outer rim. It'll be fine.
Oh, that's what he said. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
And she's like, uh-huh. And then that night she leaves him a video message going like, you can't quit. I can't let me.
I have to quit so that you won't. Yeah.
And he wakes up to that and goes, oh hell no.
Yeah. It is really sad. But then we get the end of the episode with the droid being brought back online.
Yeah.
And his very first word, hello. Which is sad because in Rogue One, spoilers for that, his very final word is goodbye. But yeah, you're gonna see more in the future. She has not seen the last arc. That's why we're not reviewing it here. We're not gonna get to it tonight, but we'll get to it this week. I'm excited for her to see that. I don't know if she's gonna retry Rogue One. I'm happy to rewatch it with her because it is a different movie after the end of Andor Season 2 in a great way. But it does sort of feel like you get one more arc of Andor if you watch Rogue One right after. But we'll talk more about that in the future. But before we pop out of here, we will talk one more thing. Slight spoilers for this too. I rewatched it and then she wanted to rewatch it, so we rewatched Season 3, Episode 18, Precious Cargo or something like that, Secret Cargo of Rebels.
Yeah.
This is the animated episode that picks up essentially right after Episode 9 of Andor. Now, if you're going in without any context, you're going to be confused in the beginning because you don't know too much about the Ghost Crew with Ezra. And if you watch Ahsoka, you'll know some of this. Ezra and Hera and Chopper and Seb. Kanan's on a supply mission.
Yeah.
And they're watching Mon Mothma's Senate speech. Now, this is one place I would love to see a George Lucas special edition thing happen. I would not be opposed to them going into that episode, changing the model to match the clothes, using the audio from the Andor episode, and having the speech match more. Because the speech doesn't exactly match. The idea of the speech matches, but the writing in Andor is so much better.
Yeah, it is. She barely gets out that's Palpatine that's, really fucking things up in Andor, whereas she really gets into it in the Rogue One, the Rebels episode.
I don't know, I feel
she does. She manages to mention him multiple times.
But she mentioned them 2 or 3 times in the Andor episode too, just a little bit differently.
In her speech, she speaks around it until the very end.
Well, okay, but she does slam on Palpatine.
Yeah, and that's right when the transmission cuts off.
Which, by the way, in Rebels,
right
yeah.
No. She gets to talk about him a bit in Rebels, but in Andor, yeah, I'm right.
She got her whole speech out in Andor, but I don't know when it was cut off because we did have the scene of the guy who couldn't get in.
She didn't mention Palpatine until the very end, and as soon as she got Palpatine out is right when they finally got the transmission cut off.
Because there was a whole scene of the guy trying to get into the door to turn it off because he couldn't, and then you had the text like,
all fucking season.
"Well, we finally fixed it, sir," and that little wink they had at each other, like, "Oh, they're totally fucking rebel assets," and they knew what they were setting up. I thought that was a genius touch too. But then Rebels goes on to, guess what? They're supposed to refuel Gold Squadron to get their secret cargo to where it needs to go. And it turns out it's Mon Mothma and Erskine, who looks just like the fucking actor, which is wild because they cast the actor years after Rebels was done. And they found somebody who looks just like the animated character, once he gets his helmet off, particularly.
Yeah.
And then she gets to give the second speech that she mentions in Andor about, she needs to do another speech that's more about reuniting the rebels. And she does that, and you see it, and it's like, it is a little bit of a tonal whiplash. But, like, if you're a super fan of Star Wars, like, it's worth just going, like, right after Episode 9 and just plugging right into Season 3, Episode 18, and just continue that story a little bit more. So, I don't know if y'all know this, but I love Star Wars. Wow. I know. They can't get me to shut up about it lately between Andor and May 4th, and I want to go watch Skeleton Crew again. All right, we got to talk about some movies. This has been long. Shit. Whoa, Napoleon, you look so different. We're going to talk about an old movie briefly. I don't know. I'll just say spoilers because it's such an, if you haven't seen it, we're not really ruining anything. An old favorite of mine and her first viewing, Raising Arizona. That's my review. Listen, vintage Coen Brothers, vintage Nicolas Cage. For me, it ultimately did hold up. I didn't think it was gonna in the first third. I'm like, Plus, we watched the digital version and it needs a cleanup. It needs a 4K restoration. But ultimately, it is just a fever dream of vintage Nicolas Cage madness. But you've also got Holly Hunter being great, Frances McDormand being great, just so many great actors. And I loved it. I think it's still an awesome movie. I need a 4K restoration. It's one I don't mind rewatching every so often because it is one of my favorite Nicolas Cage films of all time. But I've seen it many times. And then as I'm watching, I'm like, I've sold this one to Mary so hard that I've been on her like, we need to watch it forever. And it's like, I'm not sure how much she's going to feel about it. But I do think you ended up enjoying it.
I enjoyed it. I think it held up fairly well.
It's very 80s.
Well, actually, here's the thing.
Very 80s filmmaking, not 80s per se. Sorry.
Yeah, because it's one of those movies where it kind of is ambiguous about its setting time-wise.
Yeah, it could kind of fit in most time periods.
Yeah.
Outside of technology.
You had there was some 50s greaser sort of vibes, but then there was some 80s Hawaiian shirt going on.
And like commercials.
It's
and
like 60s, get-together outfits.
Yeah.
I mean, it was...
You're very right. That's a very good observation.
Hell, it looked like the mom of the twins was dressed like in Victorian.
Almost, yeah.
Nick, so it's like, I was like, with the bun up and
all she
hair up
needed
and
was some
everything.
heavy blue eye makeup to be Tammy Faye Baker, basically.
I mean, she had some like really old school vibes.
But I mean, it's a joyride, and once you really get into it, once you kind of get maybe all the setup out of the way, it really is just a fever dream of what the fuckery in the best way possible, and very satisfying by
A
the
lot
end.
of people talking in ways that people do not talk.
Right, but felt real to those characters, I think.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's very well written dialogue, but there is a part of my brain that goes, this is definitely fantastical because nobody would actually talk like this.
Yeah.
I wish people would talk like this, but people do not talk like this.
Young John Goodman and Willem Forsythe is so much fun. Particularly the bank robbery elements of that, and how they fall in love with the baby and forget the baby over and over. I love that gag. The demon Hellrider motorcycle bounty hunter guy is wild, but
but
it ends up working.
Something out of Mad Max,
It is a very genre blending movie, and I love it. And it is still one of my favorite Nicolas Cage performances. He's given so many great ones, but I just love what he's doing with his character. H.I. I mean, it's just so much fun. But we don't need to ramble on too much about it.
Yeah,
because we got to talk
fun.
about it.
So,
also, we had started a pitcher of margaritas for this movie, which really helped on the next movie. Well, we'll be back. We'll be back. Jack?
Technology.
Oh, technology.
Your favorite thing.
All right, itty bit, you're beautiful. So then, now that Mary and I were halfway through our pitcher of margaritas, or 40% through the pitcher of margaritas, we watched the Minecraft movie. So for context, neither of us have ever played Minecraft. I think we kind of know a little tiny bit about it, just from various YouTube videos or whatever.
Yeah.
Pop culture references. As you may remember, the trailers looked very good. We had intended to go to the theaters.
I don't know if the trailers looked very
Well,
good.
I shouldn't say very good. They looked fun. It looked stupid but fun.
Honestly, I was kind of skeptical.
We had to cancel it for some reason. Yeah, but I was always like, it's Jack Black, it's Jason Momoa, it's gotta be good. It's gotta be at least a little good. And then it became like a meme of a movie, but loved. Good reviews in general, made tons of money, but also were like, man, I'm glad we didn't end up with one of those crowds, because there's having fun at a movie theater, there's celebrating in a movie theater, there's reacting to a movie, giving you an emotional response, and then there's like doing the meme shit. Like, don't do that. Don't throw shit around. Don't make a mess. Don't make the employees' lives miserable. Don't throw shit and ruin the screens, because those things are a pain in the ass to clean, very expensive if damaged. That's why they don't let you throw toast at Rocky and shit anymore, Rocky Horror, because screens got damaged and it's insanely pricey to fix. But people had their fun. So now it finally came out on digital and we're like, let's watch it. And then I was like, well, we probably should watch something before we watch it. And that's why we did Raising Arizona. So we give the margaritas a little time to kick in. So Mary and I went in, decent amount of margaritas with more margaritas while we're watching and fairly low expectations. And I'm gonna speak for both of us because I know I'm correct here. We fucking loved it. Like unironically enjoyed the hell out of it. At the end, and it wasn't because one of us did it and the other followed suit. We both instinctively started applauding it when the credits rolled. Like 30 minutes in, I'm like, I think I kind of love this movie. She's like, well, hold on, let's see where it goes from here. 60 minutes in, I'm like, I think I love this movie. She's like, I mean, maybe. And by the end, we're like, that was way better than it should be.
The landing.
Yeah, and it fucking did, for us anyways, with those situations. I laughed so hard through so much of this, but was also charmed, and I enjoyed all the characters, some that were in it more, some that were in it less. I thought the story structure, even if it's slightly generic, it worked really well. It's not that the character arcs needed to land that hard for me. I was just so enamored with Jason Momoa's character and how just hard he went for the comedy. And then Jack Black just giving a great 100% full energy Jack Black performance like he does.
Yeah.
The music's great. It's a beautiful looking film too. Like the colors, it's vibrant and it's pretty. I feel like it kind of made me want to try playing Minecraft. I know it's not going to be much like the movie, but because I'm not much of a crafter and a builder, but I like the idea of all of that. And it just really landed hard for me, man. Like that is something I will happily rewatch. And it's definitely one of those movies that if you're flipping through TV and it's on while you're just putting some on the background, I will get sucked into. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I'll watch a minute of this, and I'll end up watching the whole thing.
Like I said, it was a lot. I'm sitting here going like, I was kind of drunk by the end.
Oh, very.
But no, I was like, for somebody who
I make good margaritas.
Very passingly familiar with Minecraft, it was like, I was like, I know enough to know that the creepers are bad and
they blow up,
and you harvest or mine things to make other things. That was got my extent in that everything is weirdly square.
Yeah. Which is hilarious that it's the orb, but it's a cube. I love
that. That was a good joke.
Sorry, mild spoilers. I think we'll do this try to mild spoilers, but hopefully not any major spoilers.
Yeah. But I was sitting here going, oh, there's actually more story here than I thought there was going to be. And it was kind of funny afterwards, we were looking up actors and I was like, oh, that's the chick from Peacemaker.
Yeah, that's Amanda Waller's daughter as I can't think of the character name, but she had the real estate and animal trainer. The young lady who I thought it was a hawk. I was like, did Ethan and Maya, is there another hawk, Ethan, Maya, but it's not. But then we figured out she's the blonde, friendly roommate from Wednesday, the series.
Right. I
it's like,
remember.
That's where she's from. And of course, every time she cuts over, Mary's like, is she 16? How old is she? And I'm like, I'm guessing she's supposed to be 18. And I'm trying to remind her, like, people, like, we looked very young when we were those ages. We did not look 18 when we were 18. So it is realistic.
Yeah.
And again,
but again, she had the 16-year-old vibe down to like, it's like I'm responsible now. But she has a job, so I guess I'm hoping.
Well, she had a job.
Yeah.
Not sure she got to keep it. Although that part was kind of fun too, man. How, without spoiling the details, how fun was it for the young boy, the end of his arc there at the school, the little show-off moment?
Yeah.
That was really fun. Now, granted, I will say the young boy, the young lady, and the real estate agent, not super big deal, great arcs. Like, I mean, obviously they were kind of more the heart of the story. And I'm going to say, like, maybe that was, like, if I had to critique something, that maybe could have been more, but I don't know that it needed to be.
Jack Black's character is the only character's name I remember. I can't even remember Momo's.
Well, it's because Steve is famous.
Yeah. Momo, like the trash guy?
Yeah, the garbage man.
The garbage man, but what was his actual name?
I don't know. Momo. But it reminded me of, like the King of Quarters documentaries and stuff and all those arcade guys. Like, I loved that. And I loved how hard he went for it. And, you know, I mean, certainly there's like a heroic sacrifice thingy trope in the movie that you know is going to come back. But I mean, it works. It just works. And most of what works so well for me is that chemistry of Jason Momoa and Jack Black. Yeah. And the very Jack Black being very friendly and welcoming and hey, we're cool, bro. And then Jason Momoa just got to be like, no, I'm cooler and better, you know, like that
He's
whole.
trying to be the broody cool guy.
Yeah, but in that look and that outfit just makes that ridiculous and it's like so counterintuitive, but it just worked beautifully. And like the comedy was good, the music stuff was good. Like the lava chicken thing, it's just such a silly little thing, but it was so fun. Mary did let me jump on her shoulders and run me around the basement when Chicken Jockey happened, or at least I dreamed that in my margarita-addled mind. But even that stuff, like the various quests and the things they had to go through, and like the twists and the turns about diamonds or whatever, like all that stuff was so much fun. The wolf, and like the whole opening of the movie.
Dennis. I remember the wolf's name.
Yeah, but even the whole opening of the movie, there was like a 10-minute, like Jack Black basically tells you the whole backstory and the entire explanation of Minecraft in the world, and it's like that could have been a movie in itself, but it's just so done and just like oh, and then here's the credits. Oh, the movie. Oh, now the movie's starting.
Yeah,
I was like deep into it already, but I'm just incredibly happy with how much I got to enjoy that because I figured it would be something to be like, all right, that was cool. I saw it, move on, never think about it again. But I'm like, no, like. I could watch that again right now, and I would be happy. I enjoyed the hell out of that, way more than I thought I would.
See, and so now I'm sitting here going like, when did I find time to squeeze in Cinderella's castle? So
Can we finish this review before you turn on something?
Well, no, I mean, you're talking about wanting to watch something again. This is the do you watch something that you've already watched again, or do you watch something that's?
Well, I got to go watch a bunch of Mission Impossible movies now, so. Well, you can talk about Cinderella's Castle, but let me get this one more thing out. The other thing that made me want to go rewatch was Fast and Furious X, Fast and Furious 10, because Jason Momoa, not quite as comedic as in Minecraft, but he was having so much fun chewing the scenery. I'm like, yes, please, give this man more stuff like this. Like, he was an executive producer on this, so I think it was him. I think he wants to do, like, he is just, everybody wants to make him big, badass action star, and he's like, I really just want to put on stupid clothes and be a clown. Like, and that's what I think he really put his full heart into this. Mm-hmm. And between him doing that and Jack Black putting his full Jack Blackedness into it, amazing. Amazing. And it really uplifted everything else as well, I gotta say too. So.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's the side thing. The side thing with
the pig lady?
Well, it's not a pig lady. That's the other thing. The main evil pig lady is Thor, the assistant of the Grand Master in Thor.
Topaz.
Thor Ragnarok. Because we kept thinking we knew her voice, and that's who that was. Yeah. Jennifer Coolidge is what I was trying to get to. The side. That was kind of cute. Honestly, it was kind of unnecessary, but they totally sold me on it with the end when the villager starts talking and it's goddamn Matt Berry. And I was like, all right, just put that fucking cherry on top of this whole goddamn wonderful experience. Matt Berry, often joke about how I could listen to this person read a phone book. Mm-hmm. I think if I really had to pick somebody to read a phone book, Matt Berry might be the man.
Strong contender.
Yeah. Donna Abigail, 1304 25 Street, New Zealand, New Surrey. I'm trying to make up addresses. 555-851-3240. Becky Asmosis. Like I could, like there's something about his voice. I just love it. Laszlo, man. Okay, but Mary was saying about this thing she's gonna get me to watch because she did show me the opening number, and I'm like, I can get down for that. So tell them about that, and then we gotta wrap up. Because Jesus, man. You may have noticed there's new music in this vlog because I'm rebuilding all my editing programs. I can't copy and paste right now. But now, because we've reviewed so long, I'm going to have to go find even more songs to spread out the new music bed. Go ahead.
So, Cinderella's Castle, you can find it on YouTube. It's about 2 hours. It's from StarKid, who has done a whole bunch of other musicals, including Harry Potter, Batman.
And it's a stage play. It's a filmed stage play, but not like just one angle.
Oregon Trail.
Not one angle. But.
And it is probably my most favorite retelling of Cinderella ever. It's funny and it's kind of brutal in the old school Grimm's fairy tale.
She hasn't seen The Ugly Stepsister.
I have not seen The Ugly Stepsister.
I haven't seen The Ugly Stepsister either yet.
But it's as brutal as you can be on a stage play to a certain degree.
Somebody needs to be more familiar with the Grand Guignol. Grand Guignol. I might be mispronouncing it slightly.
Okay.
It was like the original gore effects. Like that was like the shocking stage
I mean, outside
play.
of like something like Army of Dark or
Evil Dead the
musical, because that has a splash zone. This does not have a splash zone.
Yeah, but you said brutal, and I'm like, no, they've made much more brutal stuff. This would be like watching a Terrifier movie on the stage without any story or plot, is what Grand Guignol, as far as I remember it being. It's more like almost a carnival sideshow, but in the prestige of a theater.
Okay.
Let's shock the hell out of the audience, and really, it's all magic tricks, but it's like gruesome beheadings and stabbings and things back in the day that people had not been inundated with in the effects industry.
Okay, so let me undersell that a little more. Then it's not your. It's brutal for me. I'd say, oh my God, we're doing that. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But
I do that too well.
and the songs are good. I was actually singing a couple of songs for a few days afterwards. So unlike a certain other musical that we went to see, are we doing a review on that?
I guess we got one more review. We'll be right back. So, this.
We saw Shucked,
Shucked!
a new musical comedy. Well, it was definitely a musical, and it was definitely funny, but
One of the things worked really well. One of the things did not.
the comedy was fantastic.
Comedy was great. It is pun city from start to finish. I wish I'm remembering like 2 puns, but I love them so much. I've already dropped one of them in game night and casual conversation because I said, well, if I had a crystal ball, I'd probably walk funny.
Jack.
Be nice. She came out exploring. But yeah, it is just nonstop pun city, and I love it. The music numbers are. I'll deal with this. You talk about. They're kind of dull, and I hated the music. It was awful. It was boring.
The for the most part, the music did not have the same amount of comedy as the spoken bits in between. It was, the book is great. The music is lacking.
Explain book for people that aren't theater kids.
Basically all the dialogue and whatnot. But it's like they, I think the main intent of the music was to provide emotional depth that you not necessarily going to get with the comedy, and to act as maybe a palate cleanser so that you don't get tired of hearing jokes nonstop. Now, Eric says that there's no chance that could possibly happen.
Not for me.
Other people may feel differently.
Or even if the song just had a joke or 2 jokes in them and built to them.
Independently Owned is like the only one that I can remember at all, and that has some innuendo and whatnot in it, which is kind of fun.
I just dreaded when they started doing songs by the end of it because it's like, it's gonna get boring again, and it was.
What was it? Lulu or whatever, the single.
Lulu, yeah,
the
bar lady.
The reason why they have a Tony win at all is because she won Best Actress or whatever.
Not the cast we saw,
No,
of course.
the
We're traveling
Broadway,
cast,
but the and like I said, her song, and I realized that her song was the one that I always heard whenever they were doing a performance from that.
I'm sorry, because Jack's hanging out in the box, and now Idiot is on top of the box, and she's already riled up. So, sorry, a bit shocked because this is so long.
But I said, worth going to see if you like it for the comedy. Not sure if it's worth going to see again because of the music.
Yeah, I could almost go see it again, but I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't mind watching clips and like watching the jokes and stuff because they are really fun. And I enjoyed the choreographies so much. Because there is one thing. There's this one section. A plan is hatched during a wedding to get somebody.
That part was actually kind of funny.
Yeah, to get somebody very drunk. Okay, so I'm trying to be vague here and not give away too much. But they were doing. There's like these hosts through the whole thing, like kind of narrators, a man and a woman, with a great twist reveal. Won't tell you anything more than that. But they're kind of being like, they're going through like time at 8:11, and then the whole cast is doing this thing, and then at 8:15, and they're like a little bit more drunk, and at 8:37, like, and I'm gonna spoil one joke here because I loved it so much. Like they're getting drunker and drunker and getting rowdy, and then they do one that is like, and by 8:37, and it's just all the guys with their backs turned to the audience, but they're clearly all just lined up at the urinal, just quietly pee. So that kind of thing. I thought that was a really neat effect they did. And
Yeah.
so it's one I'm definitely very glad I saw. I wouldn't mind seeing clips again from it, but I don't know that I could sit through it for 2.5 hours again. It's not a Book of Mormon. It's not an Avenue Q. It's not a Hamilton. Like, those are some shows I could really sit through again and again and again.
Yeah. Like I said, the music is largely forgettable.
Yeah, very. It's just very generic and bland. There's nothing. I didn't come out wanting to hum any of the music, honestly. Nothing catchy. And then, like we said, that's where they put the drama, and it's just like, well, now it's just all boring. Because honestly, too, I didn't care that much about most of the characters. There's one or two characters I felt connected to, but honestly, too, part of it is...
Oh, what's his face? Peanut was your spirit animal.
Peanut is my spirit animal, but he was the goofiest one. But our main characters, there's sort of a relationship back and forth, little mild cheaty things, and immediately, like, that just makes me not care for a character, although there is some redeemability by the end. But, so that immediately just turned me off. Like, well, now, okay, you made this person make this horrible decision early, and they're not feeling any guilt about it even. So I don't care about this character anymore. You know, I'm already totally off their team, and stayed that way. Although maybe by the end, maybe, who knows. But, yeah. It's pretty cool. There's con men, there's a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, characters are funny, dialogue's funny, music,
Yeah. If you love puns, go get Shucked. Finger guns.
Oh, there was a drag queen dressed as a
More like-
corn cob out in the lobby. That was great.
Finger puns. Yeah, she got a photo. All right, listen, this gotta be it. There's too much. There's more vlog. There's more vlog. Bye. All right, let's do some unboxing with Mary. And you know what? Oh, yes, Mary. She's here. Yeah, she's here.
You don't see me.
Can't see me. You were so close. You were so close to being cool. She's way cool. I'm trying to find my Kniff to open these. We're gonna do 2 more of my retro game treasure boxes, where I'm just getting these, and you know, I don't know that we'll get around to playing them, but I like having the physical collection for games that can still work physically. These are from February and March of 2025. Still haven't had a chance to update the Xbox One collection, but this basically works with you tell them what systems you want games for. You get 4 or 5 games, sometimes hardware. You can tell them what you do and don't want. They keep a list of everything you do have. You'll have to enter your library, but anything they send you, they mark off so they don't send you duplicates. You can always delete it and hope for a duplicate. There's also a note section to ask for specific things you're looking for. Like, I always ask for at least 1 couch co-op game in every box. And we have, since we used to do these all the time, we turned on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I have updated my PlayStation 4 list, but like I said, never updated the Xbox One.
I think most of the couch co-op games have been Call of Duty sort of
Lately,
shooters.
in these, yeah. Now, it's just okay, I guess. I mean, it's fine for me, but... Okay, got some air bubbles. Feels like we got a box, mostly PS4, and then maybe a 360 game down there. So I'm gonna go first. It's open. Sometimes they're sealed, sometimes, you know, but they're usually complete. They're usually in good shape. Because you can tell them if you just want games and don't care about collection quality, and you'll probably get more games that way, but I still am collecting, so I want them in decent shape. So we got, ooh, cool. I've wanted to play this forever. Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor.
That was supposed to be pretty good, wasn't it?
That's what I've heard. Now, this is a pre-owned, not in the greatest shape, because you have the GameStop
Stop.
sticker on there that you're going to have to probably glue be gone to get off. But it is complete. It has all the paperwork in it.
I've heard,
Including
think
the
all
game add-on.
Royal can take that adhesive off too.
Or you can just buy new PlayStation boxes. And yes, I'm not going to show you the code because it might still be valid. So this is like the... Oh, we got another one that I'm going to have to hide the code on too. Yeah, I've always wanted to play this. This seems like a good time. A few letters of the code ain't going to hurt nobody. And this one even has a manual. Wow.
Is it a manual?
I mean, it's a basic manual, but it is a manual. There are pages to it. You know, I say that, and it's just some artwork with a whole bunch of legalese. It's not really a manual. It's a Lewis. Emmanuel Lewis. What are you talking about? What you talking about with us?
That doesn't know.
Oh, thank you. Oh, this is before The Hobbit was on Blu-ray and 4K.
Okay, and then
Before
I've got,
4K.
Ooh, Lego Marvel
Ooh.
Superheroes.
Okay, now see, this would be a fun couch co-op for Mary and I, and we do have the PS3. I I have this like on other systems, but hey, now I have a physical version for the PS3, which is pretty nice. It's gonna look nice on the shelf. It looks
Dr. Doom.
looks in pretty good shape as well.
Yeah,
no
just-
inserts,
Just the disc.
so I don't know if it had any or whatever, but still, it looks in good quality shape. So, although let me, when you're done, let me.
That's weird.
What
if,
are-
you
what-
if you catch it in the light, there's some sort of design, or I don't know if that's just random wear or.
Oh yeah, it might be just kind of random scratchy wear from. It's just on the art. It's fine. Yeah, that's cool. So far, this is a really good box. So far, I'm happy with this one. It's not a bunch of war shooters, which I don't mind, but as you may have seen, we ran through a whole bunch of boxes that
he
were
just
that.
jinxed it.
Probably, although this feels like a very different box. This might be an Xbox One game. It is.
Told you.
And funny enough, I think they gave us this on PlayStation in one of the last couple of boxes. But again, being a collector, this is probably not a complete on-disc game anyways, too, so that's kind of a bummer. But we do have all the paperwork, so it is a complete in-box collection. And this is like a deluxe coded edition. Sorry, I can't do better than that for you. I'm not gonna flip through the legalese, and then we got a premium whatever insert, so that's cool though. Again, makes the shelves look nice and full. And I do believe there's just one more. It does feel like a full-size disc. Maybe it's a PS2. I was thinking 360 because they're cheaper, but it might be a PS2. Now, generally, they will hit your value. I think after shipping and everything, this is about $50.
Okay, it's not sealed.
It is a.
Xbox 360 Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
That's cool. I don't have that physically, but it's hilarious that as soon as I said, "Hey, no shooters," the next two were shooters.
Told you.
Which again, I don't
You
mind.
jinxed it.
I like these kind of games, especially the Call of Duties. I like just running through story mode on easy, just because it's like playing a really just big, loud, raucous Michael Bay movie. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And oh, it looks like it has a book.
Yep, we have the booklet. Discard.
Such as it is.
And since the 360 store is now closed, I kind of like getting 360 games.
But yeah, it's just
When I kind of got, there is a code on the very back of that booklet, by the way.
oh, there is, isn't there?
Uh-huh.
I won't show it.
Yeah, try not to. It's a customer. I don't know what it's for. I'm sure it's additional stuff, but I don't know. But that's pretty cool. I think that's a pretty good set there. I like the Lego one a lot and the Mordor. And of course, you know the shooters. I'm fine with the shooters.
Sorry. I have a cat over here to pet.
It's not a euphemism. All right, so that was what I would have got in February. Pretty happy with that. Now let's see what's in April. No, March. Not April. April's the next one, which will be my birthday box. Ooh, something we haven't seen in a long time. We have a NES cartridge in here.
Oh.
What will it be? Probably something I have no idea about or care about. It does not have a sleeve, though. That's unusual. Usually they would come with a sleeve. Oh,
Joust.
actually, that's not bad. I'll take Joust.
Okay. I played that a lot on Atari.
I'm not sure if I ever played. I don't know about the NES version either. Do you think it's just the straight up Atari version? Probably, but
Yeah.
that's cool. It looks in
Oh,
pretty good
maybe-
shape, by the way. It doesn't look all marked
Is
up.
it
or
like,
anything.
I know there was
Stickers
an
good.
arcade version, and I don't, honestly, I never got to play the arcade version, so I don't know if it's like any different from the Atari version or.
Okay. It could be the arcade version. I don't know. We'll have to find out someday, but that's cool. We should be playing some of these on our pay side, maybe.
Alright.
See if we get time.
Alright. Oh, we got
Ooh, Xbox
it's-
One.
NX versus ATV Supercross Encore. So it's a racing game.
All right. I mean, I'm okay with that. It's definitely one I don't have.
Non-cars.
Definitely willing to give that a shot.
So,
And it is complete.
yeah, it has
Lots of
a
paperwork.
book there.
Or just one big actual manual. Actual manual. What? In Xbox One era, there was an actual manual?
Yeah.
Little bent in the corner, but nothing too terrible. I'm not looking for
On
mint.
various languages, too.
Okay. Let me show what I was talking about. So you did have a little bit of a bend in the corner, but I can live with that. I'm just glad since I still haven't put it in my Xbox One collection, which isn't huge physically, that it's not terrible. All right, I have a shorty. It's not another Xbox One. It might be a PlayStation 4. It is a PlayStation 4. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now this I have with Modern Warfare, but you know what? I have it digitally. I don't have it physically. That's why. Okay. Because I bought, when I kind of got back in, when I got into PlayStation again, it was the PS4, and it was this bundle that had this game. Which what I did get around to playing of it, again, very fun. I really do enjoy the Call of Duty games. Lately, I haven't been keeping up with them because it's almost like it's just one game now if they keep serving. I don't know. I just like to do the story modes. Ooh, disc is off the spindle. Yeah, the spindle doesn't want to hold it very well. It's Blu-ray, it's fine.
Okay.
And of course, we do seem to be somewhat complete. There is a code on here. Oh, it's the digital download of the game that I probably... Actually, hold on. You know what? Oh, this expires in 2021. Maybe. But let's see. Is this Modern Warfare? You know what? I'm going to show you the code. First person out there, try it. If it worked, let me know. Because I have this digitally, so having a digital download code is not going to do me any good. But there you go. Though it did theoretically expire 4 years ago. But like with a lot of movie digital codes, that's not always... They sometimes just say that and they don't mean it. So, give it a try.
All right, so last one.
But I probably should go into my notes and be like, less shooters, please. Because it is being a little excessive in the shooters.
All right.
360.
Sniper, Ghost Warrior.
Well, at least this is less of like a competitive shooter, I assume. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
I think maybe more Rambo, but sneaky.
It might be more of a single player-y deal. Yeah, we got a GameStop sticker. You're not really showing the whole thing, by the way, but...
I'm scrolling up.
Okay, I didn't know,
So,
I didn't know.
Because here it's too tiny to read.
Well, if they're not watching it on their phones, you know, it's a little easier if you're on a big old TV or something.
But
Fair enough, fair enough. It's
We have-
complete. Manual and all. I don't know if they can hear that over the music bed on the thing. Watch me get copyright for that.
for a phone alarm?
I could.
It's Samsung.
I've been I've been copy struck for worse, for less.
Okay, so yep.
It is actually a manual. It's just a very tiny, thin manual.
Last page.
Cool. But yeah, I think I will go in my notes and be like, I don't mind war games and shooters so much, but you've sent an awful lot of them. Can we do that a little less, please?
JRPGs.
No, actually, that is one of the categories I do not have clicked because I don't like those enough. And since I would more likely be playing them than you. Yeah, like I have sports games turned off and JRPGs turned off. Maybe one other thing. But overall, pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. It bolsters my collection. I got some cool things I do want to try. I do kind of wish we had the time to do like we used to, where these were individual unboxings and would play like about an hour of each game. That was kind of fun. But also, Mary having time to do things is kind of fun too. Because when Mary has time to do things, sometimes I'm on that list. I was kind of waiting for the... There it is. Okay. All right, there you go. We're going to open up something cool I bought her at Disney, and then we're going to do Disney pins, so enjoy. I bought Mary a gift.
Hi.
From Disney. I think I showed you all
I have
these.
no idea what my hair looks like.
You look adorable, but I haven't seen you in like a week and a half, so it could look like hell, and I was to be like, oh my God, let me... but let's show them what I just don't want to be. I literally got back today after 14 hours of delay, 15 hours of delay. So I bought Mary 2 of these blind box kitties, and she can't wait to open them. So I was like, I will film it for you. I'm just not going to be on camera, so yeah.
You can read any of that.
I can. I lie.
It's got even a fancy little logo, holographic logo on the back here.
Does it have a fancy Jiggy Jake? Maybe if we're lucky. Jack, pause. Honey, kiddo. Thank you. Okay, there's a few in here that look similar to our kitty, so I'm really hoping, because I would have bought more, but you know they're not
Their
super
price,
cheap.
yeah.
Yeah. They weren't awful, and I did get my annual pass discount, so.
Okay. Oh, it comes in a
I
plastic
was gonna say, I
bag.
assume it's in some kind of foily bag.
Oh, they're not as big as I thought they'd be.
I imagine they'd be about, because they had them on display.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so.
you knew.
Yeah, I
I was
kind of
looking
knew.
at the size of the box, and honestly, compared to the size of the box,
Fair.
it could be bigger.
That's a fair concern.
Okay, so there is a fair spot.
No matter what, the kitty will be adorable, but hopefully it's one of our babies.
Oh, almost.
Oh, we got it. That's the itty bit one.
Oh,
Well, none of them look exactly like her, but that's the one I think looks like Itty Bit.
Okay, that's as close as we're probably going to get to.
That's what I was saying, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I don't think any of them look exactly like our cats. I was just saying there's a few that are close. Cute. So we got the Itty Bit representation. Can we get the Jack representation? And like, I just nail it. Because those are the two I really wanted. Well, and the one that kind of looks like Aaron or Napoleon as well.
Okay.
But I feel like those are the two that look the closest of the options to one of our actual kitties. Or did Eric fuck up and do the old, I got two of the same thing. I pulled them from different spots.
Considering how many different cats there are, I feel like it's unlikely.
Unlikely. Oh, he's cute though.
Yeah.
That's a cute little feller.
That looks like one of the cats that hangs out at my mom's house, actually.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Sail back.
Yeah, these are pretty adorable. They're pretty solid too.
Yeah.
You trying to tap his butthole?
I'll just see if I can figure out what they're made of. I'm gonna guess
Spider
it
cat, spider cat. Because you had him upside down, so it's like. I'm gonna go hide under the dresser. Oh, those are adorable. Aww. Yes, Mary sent me lots of cat videos, and I watched lots of cat videos on my delays in the airport. That helped keep my sanity.
Helps that our kids are so cute.
It very much does. But I did good so far. And that's just, y'all know. Well, I don't know if you'll know by now, but because she doesn't get to watch. She doesn't watch. She could watch the vlogs, but understandably doesn't. So I can show you what I buy her in those, but she has no idea what else I got her. Not that it's anything crazy, but I'm gonna give her one more thing, but it's not blind box. So okay, that's fun. Disney pin unboxing time, and today we're here with a semi-classic as far as Disney. Mary is over there. It's not just a dummy with her shoulder. We're gonna do some more play in the park. I bought 2 more boxes on my last trip, and we might have more. Well, anyways, let me look at this and I'll show you that. So in this, of course, there are 8 different mystery pins. We have Mickey and Minnie. We have the boys on the Haunted Mansion ride, the boys on the the gang on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, Goofy getting snacks, Mickey and Minnie in the teacup, the ladies with their bubble wands, Donald getting snacks, and Chip and Dale holding flags. Now, I might have more of these than we marked off because we were buying and opening these before we started Mary's.
They're not all here, so I think we marked off some that you were sure that you had, but...
That doesn't sound right. Because apparently we're down to 2 according to this, but I get... Oh, hold on. I know what to look at. Well, that wouldn't make sense. But anyways, I guess we're definitely looking... We might have these and I don't know, but I really want to make sure I complete this set because I love this style. But according to this, we're only missing the Mickey and the Minnie and the Chip and the Dale.
Before we started doing this, you have pins that you secreted off somewhere and that you can't find.
Which is pretty much everything I just explained to them.
So
these
are the ones that we know we definitely have.
We definitely physically are looking at Haunted Mansion, Pirates, Goofy getting snacks and shopping, and the teacups. Which is great. And I know I've got the Dole Whip one. That's true, because I feel like we got tons of the Dole Whip.
Is there a Bubble Wand one?
Yeah, I know. In hindsight, I know we got multiples of the Bubble Wand one. So anyways, let's pop on in here. That's yours to open. Or here, you can have this one if you want.
I got it.
Well, I mean, I just opened it, so.
I just push it in and then pull out.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I knew that. I taught you that. I taught you everything you know.
Oh, really?
About pens. There's Disney pens and Universal pens and Hot Topic pens and Box Lunch pens.
All right.
That's about all there is to know about pens.
Hey, look at this.
Hey, you got a hey?
Ones that we definitely did not think we had.
Cool.
So Mickey and Minnie. Going on a date or something.
Let's hope we get Chip and Dale, and then I can feel like maybe we have this done. Even though I really want to see the other ones to be sure. Although Bubble Wands, I'm absolutely sure on Bubble Wands. Freaking Bubble Wand. Kids, enjoy it. Let the kids enjoy it, but Jesus, man. Pirates, I got Pirates. Which is a good one, a really good one. Also, again, if you're new here and you've never seen us do this, you can trade these in Disney for other ones. And I love trading. When Mary and I go pin trading, you'll see people come up immediately behind us, and whatever pins we drop off immediately get got, because we're not very good at what we're doing.
Well, also, we have no patience.
Yeah.
And we
Teacups.
got teacups.
Okay. Come on, Chip and Dale.
Rescue Ranger.
You nailed it, girl. I'm getting that playmat in the next Lorcana set. And last, but hopefully not least, hey! We have a full set, probably. My friends.
Find the rest.
Yeah. I'm definitely, I'm getting better now about keeping all my pins together. The trades go in a bag that goes with me to Disney and this boxing set. But now that I know I have a set, once I get rid of my...
Once you find the rest of them.
Here's the boys. Yeah, exactly. I'll take them out of the box. No, you're good. So that's what? 6 of the different ones. So I only got to make sure about Bubble Wands and who?
Donald.
Bubble Wands and Donald. I got to make sure I find those pins.
Donald getting Dole Whip.
Dole Whip. Dole Whip sounds real good right about now. We don't have Dole Whip, but we have Mary's birthday ice cream cake.
That's one of my better ideas as far as all this goes.
I mean, you have so many good ideas, but that is definitely one of the most helpful for making sure about collecting full sets. So yay, we completed one, theoretically. I'm Chopper. I'm gonna murder your whole planet.
All right.
All right, that's it. More
Have
vlog.
a Snickers. You're always a war criminal whenever you're hungry.
And then he turns into R2-D2. All right. Bye, more vlog. Hey, we're gonna make a drink. I ain't messing around because I got some ingredients I gotta prep here. We are going to try, I found a margarita that I've never tried. A pineapple margarita sounds delightful. We're gonna make a jalapeno pineapple margarita. So, also it's late, Mary needs to go to bed. So I'm trying to get this going. First things first, I need some fresh jalapeno for what I wanna do. So I've already rinsed this off. I'm just gonna take a couple slices here, but I'm gonna go and slice the whole thing so I can eat it later. This is not my best slicing setup, but again, I'm in a hurry.
Also, those knives are shit first.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to, I need my chef knives tomorrow, and I don't have time to, I mean, I guess.
Well, my Ginzu knives would do so much better.
Well, this is not really a problem. There, see, that was really not difficult. It gets the job done well enough.
It gets the job done, yes, but that's about all it does.
Ooh, next thing. Let's see how much lime juice I get out of this one boy, because I technically would like to make this a double. Come on. There we go. So we want some fresh lime juice. This is a pretty big beefy GB boy. For a single, we need 3/4 of an ounce. I'd like to pull 1.5 ounces. Sometimes my limes only give me 1 ounce. That's why I want to have this other one on standby. Let's see if we don't need it. And hopefully I can get a little something left on one of these peels to rim my glass, because I do want to rim my glass here. How do we get, we'll come back to it.
That's not very much.
Well, it's about 1/8, which I think is a ounce.
It's 8 ounces to a cup.
8 ounces to a cup. So if it's an eighth of a cup, then
It's 1 ounce.
theoretically, yeah, okay. Well, I know how to figure this out even better. Just to be more sure here in just a second. Once we're through this, it's pretty easy. We need, because I'm changing, well, I'll give you the regular drink recipe, and then I'll give you what I'm changing here in just a second. Normally I would do a lot of this prep off camera, but I thought, why not? All right. We might be in shape. So just real quick before we do this, see if I need to do the other one. The regular recipe calls for 3/4 of an ounce, but I wouldn't mind 1.5 ounces. I don't think there's 1.5 ounces in there. Let's see what we get. I can always pour some back out. Oh, you know what? It's just a hair shy. Can we actually maybe squeeze a little more into there? Oh, look at that. All right. Good, and that also means that I probably have enough juice left on this bad boy right here somewhere to at least just kind of rim my glass when I choose what glass I'm using. Cool, okay, so with that said and done, the standard pineapple margarita would be 2 ounces of fresh or no sugar added pineapple juice. I have this, it expired in December, it should be fine. It is no sugar added. I'd rather do fresh, but I don't have that. 2 ounces of white tequila, that's where I'm gonna change it up. 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lime juice, 3/4 of an ounce of triple sec iced pineapple wedges for serving. So I'm gonna double all that, but I'm gonna muddle some jalapeno in my shaker, and I'm gonna use my favorite white tequila, Teo jalapeno tequila. And we are going to try and make this a double. So, first things first. Let's get my shaker. Let's muddle a couple pieces of jalapeno in here. I know I have a machine wash muddler. I haven't used it in a minute. Oh, it's right in front of me. So we just want to squeeze that out, let those juices, you know, squeeze the juice out of the jalapenos, basically.
Can you really see down in there?
Yeah. But yeah, I can definitely tell there's some nice jalapeno juice going on. You can see it's getting wet.
If I can get focus.
Let me throw some ice in the shaker.
Okay. Itty bitty anywhere? Itty bitty.
I think I did like 5 or 6 cubes. I don't know. I don't want too much. I don't want
There
to
she is.
take it down. So since we are doubling up here, we want my 1.5 ounces of fresh lime juice. Cool. We're gonna use the nice Cointreau. Get 1.5 ounces of that in there. Oop. Oh, that one jalapeno is gonna taste interesting. Yeah, why don't I actually, done with that, theoretically. Move you out of my way for a moment. Move you out of my way. There we go. All right, so normally for a single it'd be 2 ounces of tequila. We're gonna go 4. So I need to do 2 pours here. Oh, you bet.
She got a mouse. Good job, babies.
Mighty Huntress, baby girl.
She is. Good job.
She's so cool. She's so cool.
She's a mighty hunter. Good job, baby girl. I would pet you, but my hands are full.
Yeah, sorry, Daddy's got Mommy busy right now. And then we need 4 ounces. Because normally it'd be 2 ounces, but normally we want 4 ounces of this. I think it's like a 6 ounce thing, so. Looking good. And so that should be all of our ingredients. We're not going to shake it just yet. Let me set all my stuff to the side here. What kind of glass do I want to use is the next question. There's like a lot of liquid. I guess I could use a regular margarita glass, sure.
Babies. Hi. Good job hanging that mouse. And that big mouse.
All right.
Good job.
It basically suggests salt rimming, but because we're doing a jalapeno version, I'm gonna do what Mary likes to do, and we're gonna tahini rim this sucker. Gotta move my tahini out where I had to tilt this thing to get it out, so. Yeah, that should do the trick. We can scooch it around a little in there. So let's see if this wedge I cut off has enough juice left to get the job done. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna work. That's gonna work. Beautiful.
You know, tahini there the whole room? Or did you actually get all the way
I got
around?
it all the way around.
Okay. I guess.
Girl, I'm a margarita master. You questioning the margarita master over here?
It just didn't look like you were spinning the glass that much.
All right, 20 seconds of shaking. That is good. Let me throw a couple ice cubes in my drink. I don't want to put too many in there because I don't know. I think I got a lot of juice.
Ava says, fine, I'll just eat here.
Yeah, sorry, we haven't had a chance to move our food where it goes. And then we strain. Ooh, carefully strain.
That looks very pineapple-y.
Mm-hmm, it should be.
I just felt splatter all the way over here.
Yeah, it is. I went a little hard on the pour there. But hey, we got plenty of room. Maybe.
Worst comes to worst, you just have a sidecar.
Yeah, it's about right. Look at there. We know what we're doing in this house.
That feels like you need an umbrella.
It does feel like it needs an umbrella, but I mean, do we really put an umbrella in there for it?
And it's your drink.
It's like midnight. It's just gonna get in the way. If this was a restaurant, yeah, I'd garnish it with a pineapple wedge and an umbrella. I would think that would be pretty incredible. Let's get this stuff in the compost here. Close that and not trip over it. And there we should have, hopefully, a pretty tasty pineapple margarita. And if this was 2 days ago, or actually, I guess maybe before my trip, I would have had some fresh pineapple wedges.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm just gonna have to get down here because that's a little too full.
Coward. By the way, everybody, isn't this
Oh, yeah.
fantastic Hard Day shirt?
New shirt? Who dis? I feel like I overshook it. There's too much ice. It's a little watered down. I think it's gonna be better after it sits for a minute. I thought the pineapple would hit a little bit harder. I can definitely get just a hint of the jalapeno in there, which is nice. Yeah, I think it's just a little watered down from the ice. And maybe just because that pineapple juice wasn't the freshest. Yeah, with like fresh pineapple juice, this would probably be fantastic. The right amount of Cointreau in there. I also just realized there's 6.5 ounces of alcohol in here. Beautiful. Wait, is that 2 doubles? Oh, that's 2 doubles. Oh, that's a quad. Maybe I shouldn't have doubled this. Oh well, done drinking now.
You made the LIT of margaritas.
Yeah, really, I think that's all it is. I just need like 1 or 2 ice cubes in there, maybe a little less shaking. Because the orange of the Cointreau with the pineapple juice is hitting really well.
Yeah.
Just enough jalapeno, it's not deadly or anything. It's not super like, but you can tell there's a little jalapeno in there. I'll offer this to Mary, but I have a feeling this is not her jam at all.
Yeah, I'm actually going to pass.
And that's what I figured, because you don't like pineapple juice or jalapeno.
Yeah. I like some pineapple juice and things. I don't like it as a primary component.
Yeah, so you'll just have to pretend that I'm actually right for once.
But yeah, I think you might just overshake things in general, to be honest.
That's true. I don't have experience with that.
Because it in all honesty, when you're shaking like that, it doesn't take that long
It
for
should
it
just
to
be a few.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Still, I do like this. This is going to grow on me. I think this is something I would make again, but I would like to make it with fresh pineapple and have the chunk. I do think the tahini rim was a good call. It's probably pretty good with salt, too. It's probably very good with salt, but I think this one really works with tahini. And I'm glad I don't even have to schedule any videos. I have no work to do right now. Hells yeah. Like I said, could be a little nicer, but it's pretty awesome as is. There's a little heat in that one. I saw some people complaining, and they might be right. I'm not so sure that Kroger's peppers are being all that hot lately. It's good. It's fresh. I could garnish with a jalapeno wedge, but why? I did mean to throw some jalapenos in there for the photo.
They still float. There they go.
Gotta get it, just make Dad and people jealous for the photo for later. beautiful. All right. Yeah, I recommend. That's pretty damn good. Just don't overshake. Bye. Well, there you have it. That is this week's vlog. Hopefully you had a good time. I certainly had a good time making it. And man, oh, by the way, I tried that chili. I had potato bun hot dog rolls. I'm not sure how much of a difference that makes, but probably some. I took a Hebrew National hot dog. I put 1 slice of Kraft cheese, kind of folded and broken up to fit the bun in there. And I kind of heated all that up and topped it with that Bert's chili. That's a dope hot dog. So, makes me think Waffle House should have hot dogs, but Wiener King approved if you're interested. Other than that, though, comment below. What do you think? How do you have your hash browns at Waffle House? What's your go-to order? If I don't do the scrambled eggs with cheese added and dry toast and hash browns and bacon and something on the hash browns, my other is the Philly steak bowl. I usually have them double up the cheese and throw jalapenos in there. Anyways, let me hear yours. Get me in the comments. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Other than that, you can click the thumbs up button. Give me the good old thumb of encouragement, as I do love to be encouraged. And remember that we will get through this. We will get through this together. Check out my music anywhere you listen to music. Look up TheEricButts. Give a song or two a go. I'd love to hear what you think about that and get ready for some new stuff. Plus lots of video game Let's Plays, cooking, some kind of filmmaking thing. Who knows? All that and more. Follow it right here. Go to TheEricButts.com for all your funky butts fun. And there's more with the links in the description below. So click that see more button to see more butts. Next week, we'll be back off to my May 3rd day at Disney World. And I'll see you then. Love y'all. Bye.